The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Good evening and welcome to Flow episode 56. I'm your host, Cam Cooksey. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see, we got some people already in here. Per usual, we got Miss Real Freedom Fighter. We got Salbish, Claire Cat 367, Buck Wayne, Deb Rich is in here. Good to see all you guys. Gween B, good to see you. Rocky Top Apologist, Rise Attire. So Rise Attire was in here earlier. Says right here, we'll be on with Cam tonight talking about Miss Rise's new film. Watch it here before the show, only 13 minutes long. You have time. Obviously you don't have time now, but and then they had the link underneath it. But yes, they are going to be my special guest. I already told you guys that we were going to be doing this, so it's not as much of a surprise as the first time when we were talking about Vibes 2, which is a fantastic film, by the way. That's Adrian's new film, part 2 in the Vibes series, but this is part 1, Miss Rise Attire's new film series, and I know you guys are gonna love it. Jackie and I watched it last night, and like they said, it's only 13 minutes long, but is well worth the watch. And it is a trip, man. But anyway, good to see everybody here. I think right now, by the way, Redneck Renegade, I see you in the house. Jennifer Ray, I see you here too. Good to see you. We got Angel 114 in here. IL Danny, good to see both of you too. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? T-Dub 007. Good to see you. Good evening to you as well. Sergeant Sparky in the house. What's up, Sergeant? Good to see you. And I think that's most of the people that I've seen in the chat so far. And if anybody else is FCS3, good evening, all. Good evening to you. I don't know if I've seen that one before. Oh, perfect. So I was going to say that we were having some technical difficulties to start the show, but it's looking like in a little bit after I get through the ads and stuff, we should be able to get our guests on. Good to see you, Babbage. Babbage always holding it down over on YouTube. I see Mr. and Miss Rise Attire, the Rise Attire family in the background. If you guys can hear me, I'm going to do the ads and stuff, and then just shoot me a message in the private chat when you guys are ready, or a text message, either way. But once you're ready, I saw put the hand up. Perfect. You guys can't see, but we're giving each other thumbs up. It's all love over here. All right, so let's get into the show. Let's get into the ads. Let me go ahead and get the first ad read for you, or the ad for you guys, and we'll get this show flowing. All right, so first up, we've got the greatest greatest mustache in the game, Mike Lindell with My Pillow.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, My Pillow mattresses and My Pillow mattress toppers as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.
All right, and thank you to Mike Lindell from My Pillow. Always love his products. I told you guys last week we got our My Pillows, we got our My Pillow actual pillows, we got our bed sheets, pillowcases, all that good stuff. Need to get some towels though. Don't have those yet. And I got one more sponsor for you guys before we get into the show, and it is our very own Jessica Storm with All Good. If you guys don't know about Jessica, she is more than just the glue, but she's definitely the glue that holds all these streams together. She's constantly setting up streams. She's popping in whenever you guys see one of those special, I guess they're just specials, whatever. Whenever we stream something that like a President Trump cabinet meeting or something like that, most of the time it's Jessica running it. If not, she's definitely doing something in the back end. So shout out to Jessica, and as good as her work is with Badlands when it comes to the helping with the content creation, her products are even better. So here we go with All Good. Make self-care great again this summer with All Good by Jessica Storm. Keep it simple when you head outside with All Good's Bug Out Balm with citronella, eucalyptus, and lavender oils and a tallow sunscreen with non-nano zinc oxide for natural sun protection. No mystery ingredients found in so many commercial products. If the sun has your hair feeling a little dry, show it some extra love with the tallow hair mask, a customer favorite for softer, healthier hair after just one use. I know Jackie's been using that stuff, or she's used it before and loves it. No chemicals, no fillers, and no junk. Just 100% clean, organic ingredients, each one carefully chosen for a reason. Everything is handcrafted in small batches by Jessica in Florida, with quality and simplicity at the heart of it all. And while you're there, join the new rewards program. You'll earn points for purchases, reviews, following on Instagram, and even referring friends. Head over to badlandsmedia.tv/allgood and use code BADLANDS to discount your entire purchase and support the creators at Badlands Media. And guys, if you check out episode 10 of America First Stories, you can actually see Jessica in front of the camera for once. And she's a lovely person with a lovely personality, and you'll get to know some of her stories. So make sure you guys check that out. And remember, that is badlandsmedia.tv/allgood. Use promo code BADLANDS. All right. And we got for any of you that haven't seen our new soft disclosure ad, I will save that one for a little bit later, but it's a doozy in a good way. I love it. Cracks me up. But all right. We Grease Monkey 58 says the flow is heavy today. Nah, it's a light flow. Well, it depends on what you mean by heavy. If you mean it in like a negative way, nah. We got a light flow today. I'd say the flow is just right today. The flow of the river of life is perfect today. And the reason it's perfect, for me at least, is obviously the United States. We won 4-1 last night. Yeah, boy. God, that was an ass whooping, a clinic. We put on a show. It was awesome. But yeah, I got that going for me. That's why I'm wearing this outfit today. And then right now, Brazil and Morocco are playing, but I turned that off at halftime because I had to get ready for you guys. And I'll be honest with you, the game last night was a lot of fun. It was great. It was a perfect start to the World Cup for the U.S. But man, after the game, Jackie and I, we came downstairs. We turned off all the lights, and we went to Dauntless Dialogue. So we went to Dauntless Dialogue, and while we were there. We went there for a reason. But while we were there, we were like, let's check out this new film from Miss Rise Attire. Let's see how this is. I knew it was going to be good. I I know the type of people that they are. I know the content that Adrian's put out before, but this is Christina's first time putting out a film. I've seen the previews for it, which actually I'll probably play that pretty soon after we bring them on. Depending on, I'm gonna let Cristina basically run this segment when it comes to what we're gonna play and the movie posters and all that stuff that we're gonna show you guys. Yeah, Jackie, you can give us updates. Just leave them in the chat. I won't put them up there unless there's like a lull, which I don't think there will be. But back to the topic at hand. So when I bring them on, I'm gonna have Cristina kind of run us through what she wants to go through. I have plenty of questions, but the point is, when I turned on that film, I was like, all right, this is gonna be good. I started watching it, and I'm not gonna give too much away. And while she's on, I'm gonna ask her basically how much she wants to talk about the film, the content of it, because I don't want to give away too much, but also I feel like you have to watch it to fully understand what we're going to be talking about. But man, it was probably, I'm trying to remember the exact amount of time. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to bloviate or like blow smoke up her ass, but it had to be within the first 5 seconds of the movie. So I'm just sitting there like this, right, guys? I'm sitting there watching the beginning, the music starts, and then I see the first, I'll call it a purple orb. See the first orb, and I'm like, all right, I remember this from the preview. And then probably like 5 to 10 seconds into the movie, I just hit this one. And for the next 13 minutes, I was just smiling. My brain was just going haywire. Like it sparked so many ideas, so many thoughts. And I definitely have questions for her about what she was thinking and what the kind of the goal of the whole film was. But man, that thing was that was a thing, man. That was a thing. That was that thing. That's this thing. So you guys ready? All right. Without further ado, here are Rise Attire. Oh,
awesome.
Screen. Hold on. I haven't put you on yet. There we go.
Hey, thank you.
What up, Cam?
What an introduction.
Dude. First of all, how y'all doing?
Doing great. How are we coming through? 5-5?
5-5, man. Hey, chat, let us know if you guys. Yeah. Chat, let us know if you can hear them as clearly as I can, because right now it sounds perfect. I was a little worried at first. I wasn't worried that you guys wouldn't be on, but when you said that you were having technical
I was worried. I was having all these random problems out of nowhere, like just trying to log into the StreamYard, and then the permissions weren't going. And
but it's been a day like that.
Came through last minute.
We're
nice
good.
And clean. We're butter.
Yeah.
Perfect. We got Fringe Minority says 5x5. Babbage says 5x5, which is good because I don't usually check the YouTube feed too much, so that means it's going well for them. I will hold on a second. I totally forgot to bring up the chat / the rants just in case it comes in. But when I was logging into StreamYard earlier, I went and I deleted my like whole browsing history because I just felt like it was moving slow and everything. And then I was going through, I usually don't have to log in, but I had to go through basically the same thing you guys were going through. Like the permissions popped up and it was fucking with me. And I was just like, come on, man, like this, don't do this to me now. It was like 7 o'clock. I was trying to send you guys the link and I was just like, shit. And then it ended up working out. So we're all good.
That's the streaming life, man.
Yeah. You guys,
I don't know how people do it every day.
Yeah. You guys know about that for sure.
At the whim of the tech, the technical gods.
Yep.
The gremlins.
Yeah. Well, that's actually that'll be a good lead into the film itself. So eventually I will just let you guys or let you run with it, Cristina. But so we talked about this before. This was your first film that you were able to create yourself. You were able to do it all through AI. Obviously you did all the work, the prompts and everything. You tweaked every little bit, but it's fully AI. And you just said, Adrian, that we were at the hands of the tech gods, the tech oligarchs, whatever. But I feel like once you get the software, once you have the software to create it, it's no longer in their hands and it's all you. So Cristina, how was making the film?
Well, a lot of people hear it's an AI film and then they just go, oh, so they didn't make it. Like AI made it. I will tell you right now, for some short videos, memes, things like that, sure, that will be the case. Not at all with what I made. Like it is way more handcrafted than if it weren't AI. Like it is so much work. It's really hard. It's really hard for a lot of reasons, but it was a learning process. Of course, it was my first film that I wrote, directed, edited all by myself. Adrian was really awesome and just let me go do what I wanted to do. And then whenever I needed help with things like, because he's just the best filmmaker ever. You guys have talked about vibes, and I'm trying to impress him, but at the same time, I'm like, can I just use your decades of experience real quick to fix this issue? So we worked really well together, but he was very hands-off about it. But it was me fighting the AI 8 hours a day, every day for 3 months. And he would hear me just being like, oh, it's not working, because it's very literal. The computer will interpret exactly what you mean. And if it doesn't quite understand what you mean, you're going to have really silly slop that'll come out, or just joints bending wrong ways and people walking out of the walls and just crap. And to weed through all that and to really dial in how to speak, using AI really makes you use your brain more than you would think. Like, it would sound like something you turn your brain off to do. Not at all. I learned about so much making this. Not only did I learn the process of using AI to make a creative professional AI tools and editing software, and I also learned about medieval castles, parts of castles, architectural names of parts of castles, parts of armor, parts of swords, parts of all of these things, camera angles, camera techniques, because you have to tell the AI what to do. So I learned all of that in this process, and it was extremely enriching and empowering the whole time, even though it was really hard.
I will say that it wasn't only, sounds of struggle and frustration coming from the room. There was a lot of like,
that's true.
Yeah.
I got it.
You finally get it, and I think what's awesome about the medium is that it is very finicky, so it makes you work for it. And especially with what she was trying to do, something very specific, a very specific kind of aesthetic, very specific kind of look, she wanted it to look fake, like a fake film set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A low budget film set. So I'll tell you that. Do you mind if I know exactly where you're going with that? So for everybody out there, we're talking about The Crystal Veil, my first film, short film, 13 minutes running length, on dauntlessdialogue.com. Promo code has been extended. So if there's anyone here that wants to pause it and go watch it, and they don't have a Dauntless subscription, they can use Crystal Veil, all caps, all one word, and get 50% off either your first month or first year subscription over at Dauntless Dialogue, or it's now just called Dauntless. That's where Adrian's films are hosted. That's where not only this first one, but it's been officially like a contract series. We are doing multiple episodes of this same night, and different tales from Dauntless Tales is what the series is called, and tales from the realm of bravery, truth, good versus evil, and fairy tale metaphors and different psyops that are facing our world today. And I translate them into a kind of family-friendly, dark fantasy adventure film short story with AI and amazing music. And there's no dialogue. It's all a visual thing. You must watch to experience this. But I did find through my working with AI that right now the tools are amazing for photorealistic generation. You can make it's imperceptible now. Tomorrow's AI is what I've been working with yesterday. They're sort of like giving us all these tools. And by the time you start to see a couple more things that are done with what just came out, you will see that it's absolutely photorealistic perfect. I did not want that. I wanted a B movie, 80s, low budget, practical effects, not CG, that was made to look like it could have been made in the 80s or 70s, and matte paintings, miniatures, and a very it's right in between, like I'm painting, a CG, a photograph, an old film with errors and scratches and dust and glitches all in one. So AI wants to do photo perfect, or like Pixar, or like a painting. Like, it doesn't like where I was. So I liked that challenge. I don't want to look like everybody else. What they're all doing is just trying to make realistic stuff. I am not everybody else. I was really trying to pay homage to the amazing inspiration of the films that I watched growing up, that I feel like so connected to now more than ever, in the best way. Like, we're taking the stories we love, and we're taking the stories we're living through, and we're combining them into the fabric of culture that we can share with our kids, and telling our own fairy tales and writing our own stories for the future.
She's talking about films like The Dark Crystal,
yes,
Never Ending Story, yes, Labyrinth,
Legend, specifically Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry, Mia Sara. That those four, and even Wizard of Oz, there's a lot of that too, and Star Wars, particularly New Hope. So those were the inspirations, and the aesthetic came from all of those. And I think what do you think, Cam? Did I pull it off? You are my age. What do you think?
So I feel like pulling it off is an understatement, because you created something new. Like, I'm telling, so the I could not get over the glitching in a good way. I was just like, I just kept every time I saw a glitch, I was just like, that's fucking it. That's it right there. Like that, it almost reminded me of like when I was a kid and we had my brother and I used to wear out our VHS tapes, right? And so like you had VHS tapes that like the first time you watch it, it's as clear as it could be back then, standard definition back then. But like there were times where it would kind of not skip, but like it would glitch a little bit. Like there was a little line in the streak from when your brother and you were fighting over the VHS and you dropped it on the ground, or you were trying to use the rewind machine because you were trying to take it back to Blockbuster or whatever it was. It doesn't really matter. But the point was that the glitching made it feel so nostalgic. Nostalgic is the word for it. And and I really you killed it, man. You totally killed it. But the thing that got me at the beginning was the I just want to talk about the orbs for a second. So I don't want to go too far. I want to go as far as you want to go into it.
Maybe we should show the trailer first to really show everybody what we're talking about, and then let's take it from there. So it'll give you a good idea of what it looks like, what it sounds like. The trailer actually has different music than the film. The film has all original music. The trailer has a song from a Q drop, which was just too perfect not to use. But if you have the trailer clip, we can play that now.
Perfect. That's the 1 minute trailer that we've seen before, right?
Yes.
All right. And then I also have the 2 minute 30-second preview, which I think we should definitely play eventually, because
yes, we'll do that too.
Yeah, because I just want them. I want people to see. I want to play the whole thing. To be honest, I'm not going to do that on here. I'm not going to do that. I only want to play it because I want people to not only enjoy it, but because I know that I'm going to go back and watch it again. I'll probably watch it again tonight, probably watch it again either tomorrow or the next day. And then I'll let a few days go by and then I'll watch it again. Because the only thing that I will say that would be my joking critique was it should have been longer so that I had more to watch. But that's the whole point of the series, is there's going to be more. It's not the end of the story. But let me go ahead and
go
play
all
this
kinds of really interesting places too.
Dude, I'm not going to give anything away, but at the end, when it ends, I was just like, when it ended, I was just like, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. This is a cliffhanger. This is oh man. All right, let's play the trailer. Boom.
That track gets me so hyped.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was from a Q. Like, I've obviously heard it. When you said it, it clicked. But when I was watching the trailer multiple times before I watched the actual film, I didn't realize it was from a Q drop. Do you remember like the reference of the Q drop?
It was just the song. They just dropped the link to the song, and the song is called "In the Face of Evil."
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
And it's by Magic Sword.
Yeah.
And
Magic Sword is the producer.
Yeah, it's actually a group, and they make like live electronic music, and it's super epic stuff. Like, definitely got like an 80s wave, feel to it, but and a modern take on it, with like kind of a dubstep almost rhythms to it. And it's just a perfect encapsulation of the energy that we were going for with it. Like, perfect, like, take up your sword.
Yeah.
Now's the time.
It's perfect. And I feel like, so the music for the trailer, you said that's not you didn't use the song in the film, correct?
No.
Right.
So it's crazy because I feel like you did at one point, but it's just because the vibe, like that vibe it's in there.
Same
Like,
vibe, same energy.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we
And
didn't want
it's
any copyright problems. You know, we wrote we did work with a lot of AI for the music, but we are producers and we could have made it. We just didn't want to spend 6 months composing music. Like we didn't.
Right.
So we took what the AI gave us, but we also remixed it, remastered it, rearranged it, played some keyboard parts over some of it. So like
we
everything
actually,
but
did some original parts in there too.
So
Who played the
everything but
keyboard?
made the music from scratch. We did also do all of the sound effects. We spent about 2 weeks doing all of the sound design at the end of the process, and that was kind of new for both of us in a great way. And we really, like, Adam pushed us to say, like, push the sound further, see what you can come back to us with. And we both like grew as filmmakers during that time. I think you're the judge. I hope it paid off. I hope the sound was immersive and it really makes you feel what the orbs are, the power of them, or feel the evil of the bad guys, or feel the good, hear the good of the good guy, hopefully.
Feel the space, the ambiance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we wanted to take you somewhere, and she did such a great job.
Y'all took me somewhere. You took me somewhere. It's funny because it was a couple months ago. Jackie had never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and so when the castle, for some reason, it was like a sinister version of the jokingly hilarious castle, or castles. I guess there were multiple castles, but it's basically the same castle in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But that's so my brain, when I first saw the castle, it took me to that. But then I was like, that's too joking. Like this is a serious moment. This is a serious film. But like, I'm not going to ruin anything. But the end, like the end, guys, you gotta watch the film. If you are one of those people that is just a cynical asshole and you're just a hater, the end of the film, like the end of the film, is it'll make you smile. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I think
watch with your kids too, your family.
Yeah, if you've got kids that are like 8 or 10, I don't know, because there's no dialogue. I feel like younger kids might not pay attention as much as if there were, kids shows don't have dialogue for a reason.
Right.
But we made it family friendly. There's no gore. There's no massive violence. There's some scary moments, but basically we don't need more Christian content, but because that hasn't really helped us. We need more Christians making content other than The Chosen. That's aside. That's different.
Right.
But we need more Christians making content and making content that celebrates and explores and furthers and romanticizes the values that we hold and the future and the past that we want to share. And that's exactly what this is. And there's probably a lot more. I don't want to give away too much, but there's more to that thread than I can tell you unless, we talk after you've seen it. I can say there were Christian choices that I could have gone another way with things, and I didn't, because I wanted it to be more like, what would Christ do? So I'll just leave that there. But you were mentioning the orbs. What did you want to ask or go talk about with that?
All right. So I'm trying to think of, so this is the only problem I have with you people out there. You people. No, I'm just kidding. Those of you that haven't seen the film, it's like, I can't spoil it for you because not that it would ruin it, because the experience would still be amazing, but you gotta see it and then you'll understand why I'm asking certain questions. So I'll save that. Maybe we'll come back another time in say a month or so, and it'll give everyone enough time to watch it. And if you haven't watched it, that's on you at that point. But for the orbs,
can I interject for a second?
Yeah.
I think what you might want to ask about, that your concern might give too much away, at least if I'm reading you right, is something that I feel like we can say, because it's not anything that isn't already clear in the preview we're going to show you, and in some ways the trailer, and that's that, like, basically the premise is that you've got a village that is under a spell.
Yeah.
Now the circumstances of how that happened and who's behind it per se,
and what are they going to do about it,
and what our hero does about it. That's what we can save for you to watch yourself. But I think what is safe to talk about is the fact that you've got a village that is under the spell of a crystal veil, which is an allegory for the proverbial screen, right? that
was basically real quick. That was basically my question was it supposed to be a screen? I mean, it was kind of obvious when you watch the film, but was it supposed to be
the medieval version of a screen?
Exactly.
You know?
All right, perfect.
And everyone is just staring at it and sucked into it.
Well,
and
if anything, we can watch now. Why not? Let's watch the preview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that'll just cover everything that you.
There's plenty to
need-
talk about
yeah.
in the preview. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's show that. And I think that's why we chose. It's only 13 minutes, so we're giving up a whole like minute or two out of that whole story to just show you a little bit of it without giving away any spoilers. But it'll really set the stage for what this film is about.
That's perfect. And then what I can do is I can ask questions from that segment.
Yes.
Anything that
Yes.
sparks off of that so that people know
Let's do
what's
it.
going on. All right, let's play it. Guys, this is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is from the actual film. So it's going to be part of a segment of the film. And like Cristina said, it's only about 13 minutes, the film itself. So this is a good chunk of the film.
Mhm.
So I would suggest you pay attention to this part. I think it'll definitely sell you on going to watch the film. Not that you need to be sold on it, because it's always up to you guys. You can watch it if you want to, don't watch it if you don't want to, but you're going to be missing out on something that I think personally, I know for me, it gave me a new, it gave me like a not a new take, but it rejuvenated me in this info war, this psychological war, because right now we've been bombarded with just like bullshit from a arguably fake war, from all this other stuff. We're trying to get ready to we're already celebrating the 250th birthday of this country, and we got to remember where we started, guys. Like, we started, honestly, in a way, we started at the beginning of this film. Like, I feel like the beginning of this film is where we started this whole Psy war. At least that's where I started from.
Yeah, you get connected to it because it's just one big analogy to the situation we found ourselves in. And what's great is you really get to see an amazing outcome.
Yep.
No more.
All right, so here we go, guys. Oh yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you
Chat.
let me know in the chat? What do you guys think? Are we hooked? Is it fun? Is it You getting it?
So
I see people in the chat. They're like, "Is that a metaphor?" I'm like, maybe.
yeah, that was going to be the one I
vaguely
brought up.
familiar.
Yeah.
So Maggie Bundy says, "Is that a metaphor for an iPhone?" I don't know. Check out the film. This is this film. So Bay Theater Dave a few weeks ago, because by the way, people that don't know, Bay Theater Dave does a show. It's Showtime with Bay Theater Dave, and he goes through old movies, films, TV shows. He'll do certain actors, actresses. He did one on silent movies, and silent movies, for people that don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone in our audience knows, they're not necessarily silent. There's just no lyrics or no words. There's music and things like that. That's the first thing that my brain went to when I was trying to like resort back to like old films and stuff like that, was like the silent movie films. I love silent movies because they let your mind do the dialogue. They let your mind do the work and create the storyline, because all you have are the visuals and then the music to the music is kind of like it's like
Character?
Yeah, exactly. The music, thank you. The music is a character. You've got the actors doing their stunts, their actions, whatever, and gestures and everything. But the storyline is it's almost like a create your own storyline. Like I don't really know how else to describe it, but
No, that's good. I like that.
So what do you want to say about this?
Well, first, we just dropped again the link. It's on dauntlessdialogue.com. Brand new website. It's been completely revamped. It's on par with your Netflix and
yes,
better. That it is. It's based better than Netflix watching. And the promo code is Crystal Vale, all caps, all one word, and it's in the chat. Adrian, can we pull up, or whether Cam has it, or if you'd want to do it, the movie posters and pictures and stuff while we talk about it?
Yeah. So I was gonna say I should have. I think it was like 10 of them. And I was able
we can just kind of like click through them and just have them on the screen.
Yeah,
okay.
They're fun.
Is there anyone
to look at while we talk?
Yeah, is there any one of them that you want me to start with? Because
how about the one with the 3 posters like in the movie theater? Yeah, that came to mind just now. That's why I brought it up, because when you look at these, I kind of want people to make up your own story. Like, what could this be? What is this about? Like, it makes you want to it makes me want to jump into the world and like find out what happens to these characters. And I hope that you all will, because they are very beloved to me now after 3 months of creating them from scratch, down to every rivet and detail on the armor, and to the queen, to the bad guys. You were talking about silent movies, and interestingly, I really enjoyed the challenge of not using dialogue. I wanted to limit myself in my first film, and probably moving forward, I don't know, there may be subtitles, they might start talking. I chose not to, even though AI is good enough now to totally mouth along and look like it's saying, finally look like it's saying what it's saying. I didn't want to do that. And even if there was speaking in this film, I've got a guy with a mask, I've got people under a spell, and I've got bad guys whose faces are also covered. Like, there's literally no one to speak in this. So I had to challenge myself on how to direct the actors to communicate everything only through what's on scene, and through body language, and through the music. And it was an added challenge, but I think there's something more fun as a viewer watching than being told by people talking like what's happening. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
In so many ways, the music really speaks just volumes, almost more so than even words could do. Like, the music is so connected to every moment of it. Like, we were just able to really sculpt the narrative around the songs.
Yes.
and it dictated to the different movements, the signals, and cuts. And she did such a great job directing it, like, as a director, from like a directorial perspective. Like, it's not easy, especially your first time. And I was just so blown away by some of the choices she made, and what she was able to do with AI to get some of these like characters to just you feel their emotions, and it's able to effectively like move me, in so many ways. Like, at so many moments, I'm like, oh my god, like, yes, like I felt emotion coming through the screen. And
did you feel that, Cam? Was it wasn't devoid of emotion because like AI was involved? I bet, hoping.
No, so I'll tell you right now, the because it was in the orb, so I won't say too much about it, but the orb, when it had the lady in her bed laying down, facing one way, and then her spouse on the other side facing the other way with their own little orbs, that one hit. That one hit hard because I was just like, modern day couples, man. Modern day couples, that's what you see all the time. And it doesn't even have to be in the bed. Like that was a perfect visual for just their entire relationship. Because for me, your bed, you and your spouse in your bed, that is your sanctuary. That's where you're the most vulnerable, where you're the most relaxed. It's your place. Like you don't let other people, unless you have kids, obviously that's a little different, but you don't let other people into your pets. That's your space. That's where the two of you can be the most vulnerable with yourselves and most yourselves. And nowadays, and whether it's in the bed or even when you're outside of the home, like you see couples that are at dinner sometimes, and they're both on their phones. They're not talking to each other. There's no communication. And the thing is, they didn't have to be talking. It was the fact that they had their backs to each other. That was the one that really hit me, because I was just like, you don't even see each other. You don't physically, mentally, or spiritually see each other because you're so focused on what the outside world that's feeding something into your orb is trying to get you to focus on. You're so focused on that orb that you're not focused on each other.
Well, and that right there, that is exactly what one of the things that this story is about. Obviously, it should be obvious from the trailer and from the preview that we just gave you. Yeah, that's one of the things this is about. But it's about there's more to it. It's not just that. But that's one of the fundamental, like, first principles problems I'm addressing with it. And I wanted to tell a story in a fairy tale style with a knight and a hero and a good guy and like dark evil bad guys. And I wanted them to have an interesting conflict that's going to be like a serial adventure and have multiple episodes and episodic sort of odyssey, if you will. And at the same time, I wanted to make, like, the way I was thinking about this a lot during the whole making of it, that for human history, we have been writing everything down for thousands of years. We were telling the stories, then technology of writing and like scribing and hieroglyphs and scrolls and all that. The written word has been our medium for how we communicate the things that matter to us as a species, down to our children, was written down. And I do feel like, unfortunately, for better or worse, the future of our species probably isn't reading nearly as much as they maybe should, but that's okay, because I'm just meeting them where they are. I want to be able to, I feel that the medium that's going to be just as important as writing has been to us for thousands of years, video will be that. Video is that. It's more effective than virtual reality. Like, it doesn't need to go all the way to like hyper sensory smell-o-vision. It just needs to be video. Like, video is enough still, and it probably will be for the next 100 years, or at least the next couple generations of taking over what writing unfortunately may, not necessarily hold the attention comparatively. And that's not writing's fault, but it is our duty to use the tools of the time to meet the youth where they're at, and meet the technology where it's waiting for us to use it and tell the stories that we want to tell. Because if we don't do this, the zone will be flooded by idiots, leftists, big tech oligarchs, gay stuff, just crap. And I believe it's our duty to be good storytellers and be good stewards of this technology, and to use it as a weapon. Just like when they gave us the internet, we didn't break the internet when we found out the truth about it. We used the internet to reach each other, to start things like Badlands, to wake up normies, to find our own spiritual awakenings. And then also, we are creators. We are made in our creator's image. And I believe that he wants us making. He's a maker. He loves that, like, his love comes through our hands in our creations. And that was another thing that really, it's all woven together. Go ahead. I can tell you wanted to say something. That's my rant.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Call Sign Cujo. What's up, brother?
Call Sign's in here. What's up, bro?
He said psychological narrative manipulation used to film well. And I would agree. I mean, it was a very powerful medium, still is. Not as powerful as it once was. Doesn't quite have the grip of the population by the balls the way it used to.
Hollywood doesn't.
But
film is effective.
That's a double-edged sword. And we can use that same weapon for our purposes as well. And AI democratizes that process now. It puts it in the hands of people without huge budgets and without major investors that can do something like what Cristina did, which would have taken millions of dollars to do just a few years ago. And the power of that cannot be overstated. And whereas the other thing he said was AI will now lead you down their desired path. That I don't so much agree with. I mean, sure, if that's where you're going to get
If you
answers to your political questions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For
You
sure.
don't do that.
But as far as like using it as a tool, wielding it as a weapon, it is absolutely whatever you make it to be. And what Cristina did with this was an exercise in, positive propaganda.
Yeah. It's
in
resistance.
its best form.
It's resistance.
Yeah,
to evil.
resistance.
AI is a tool, in my eyes. AI is a tool just like a firearm. And it's like when firearms came along, you could either be like, those are bad and stay away from them, or you could be killed by them, or you could have them too and defend your family with them. And in my way of using this tool, it will be used against us in the culture to fight for the souls of people that we would also prefer to be saved, and we can fight back and try to save our culture, save our future, save our morals and values and our storytelling, and also save a lot of money because we don't have to hire millions of dollars of crews. Like, they've had the apparatus and now they no longer have an adversary in the public that has no capability of answering what they put out, just only the ability to suck it down and swallow what Hollywood gives us. Not anymore. Hollywood is like, the industry of Hollywood has now been killed. It is over now.
Yeah.
And now it's our duty to be the culture setters, the storytellers, and be good stewards of that responsibility.
Yeah. So Bay Theater Dave in the chat said there's absolutely no reason not to be making movies now. The two top box office movies right now were made by YouTubers.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's great.
That's fine. I had to fact check you, Bay Theater Dave, but he's also really into the culture of filmmaking as well. Which, by the way, at some point I got to get you guys and Bay Theater Dave in touch so that you can do something having to do.
Well, we're going to be hanging out in Deadwood.
Perfect. I will set up a non-sanctioned. Excuse me. Yeah, I was gonna say a non-flow related episode of you guys. It'll be behind the scenes flow where you guys just
How about
chop
you
it up.
Flow over to the next picture.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Which one do you guys want to do next? I got it.
You can pick them. Yeah, you can actually just like click through them as we talk about
All
stuff.
right. Let's see. This one is so actually no, we're gonna come back to this one in a minute because I want to go with this one first. So when you were talking, you were talking about using AI as a tool, as a weapon. I was just thinking that you used AI to create a film, to create a story, or not create a story because you created the story. Use AI to show your story, to express your story outward.
Bring it to life.
Yeah, to bring it to life with an AI hero that literally is doing in the film what you did by making your film. Like this is you. You had no idea. But this was you behind the Guy Fawkes mask the whole time.
You're gonna make me cry. I didn't think of that.
No, I didn't think of it until I didn't think of it until you started talking. And then I was just like, Cristina doesn't even know that she's literally the one behind the mask. She has no idea. But the thing is, it's not just you. Like, it is you in this film, but it's inspiring other people to realize it could be anybody. It could be any of us. Yeah, it is all of us. That's why it has the mask on it. But in this film, this first one, like, yeah, you could see yourself maybe as somebody else at some other point in the film, but that's your creation of this film made you that person. It's crazy how we put ourselves into the content that we create. Like, whether we like it or not, we are put into there, and we're the hero of our own story. Like, that's what God gave us a gift to be. We can be the hero. We could also be the villain. We could even be the queen if we really wanted to be. We could be the villagers. We could be anybody else. But our job, in my opinion, is to be the hero of our own journey.
That's really special. I love that you said that. Of course, the Anon mask, I wish I invented it, but Warner Brothers, don't sue me. The V for Vendetta, but originally the Guy Fawkes mask has been a symbol of revolution and anonymity since the guy's face that it was made after.
Yep.
remember the 5th of November. It goes all the way back to that. And we used to use it. Rise used to not even show his face before we even lived together. He had a show, still has a show on Saturdays called Art Plus Truth. And he had a...
Wait, real quick. What time is that show so people know?
Sure. It's usually supposed to be 4 p.m. on Saturdays.
Eastern.
Yep. And we always do a post on social media, whether we're doing it or not doing it, you will know from X or Truth or wherever. Like today we didn't because we're here with you. But yeah, that mask was his like 3D mapped early, like somehow amazing technology that he would 3D map his own face. So when he would laugh, the mask would laugh.
That's
and
so cool.
He didn't show his face, but was able to like emote through this avatar and even had a voice changer. So Rise has been synonymous with that mask for a long time. And I kind of like...
We put the mask on all the live models that we use.
Yep. We didn't have any like faces on models for our clothes for a long time. Over time, we started showing our faces, obviously, and became like, we're a real family, like, you know, buy from us because we're not a giant corporation and we are people. So we wanted to humanize and kind of come out from behind the mask, especially when there was a live proposal of our, you know, engagement happened on a stream when we had the masks on the whole time. And then he took it off to propose. And I'm like, well, the cat's out of the bag now. You just showed your face. What are you doing?
Oh, that's
and then
awesome.
He proposed to me. And then I was like, took it off, cried, you know, all that. So from that moment on, we were like, all right, we are part of this community as us. It's okay to take the mask off, but the symbol is badass and timeless and it's everyone. And you're absolutely right that I didn't even think of it that by making this, I don't want to give away what the night does, but there's a parallel there and you nailed it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to hold off on because I was about to give it away and I had to pause myself because I was like, you're going to give it away if you say it. But I had to bring that part up because it was just, while you were talking, it just hit me. I was just like, Cristina is the knight in this tale by creating the knight in this tale. This is this constant infinity loop that you just created. And I fucking love it, man. I love it.
Definitely like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost, like, you know, because it was a struggle. And throughout the movie, I can say this without giving it away. It really, you go on a journey with this hero who makes it to the top and back, you know, but at the top, like to get there was literally like building it in the same way it felt like, you know,
I went
struggle.
on just as much of a journey and just as much of a adventure as he did, like to create every pixel of
not me, him,
the universe as the knight did, because I had to create the entire world, like, you know, Rick and Morty, where they're like generating the simulation right in front of them as they run. Like that's what I was doing, and it felt really cool. But it was like you have to think about every leaf, every cricket, insect sound, blade of grass, stone, everything. And I also really enjoyed using like the old techniques, like a matte painting in the background and a miniature for the castle, because AI will build you a perfect real castle and it'll look great. That's not the look I wanted. So I had to keep reining it in. And I went through the adventure of learning how to make the world that I wanted and conquer this tool, just like the knight conquers this challenge, in a really different way than you might be expecting. It's not gonna, I promise it's not an obvious, like, you know, tropey kind of thing. It's tomorrow's fairy tale from the past.
I love it. All right, let's go to the villain. Let's go to the villain.
What do you think?
This was a phenomenal choice in the villain. Villains, however you want to take it. Watch the film, you'll understand. Do you want me to? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. So in the description, or not description, but the title is movie poster, and then it says the word. Can I say the word that it is?
You can say the word.
Cabal. So cabal, right?
Yeah.
So that was, when I read that, I was just like, yep, that's 100% what I thought when I saw the villain. What gave you, why did you choose? I understand why you made it faceless, but why did you choose the cloak? Why did you choose this villain?
I think I thought about how to translate what we're up against. What we're up against in real life is much bigger than a fairy tale. Fairy tales have digestible bites of things. So how do I translate the concept of who we're up against into a fairy tale scale and make them like conceptually, thematically strong to that. We don't know what they look like. We don't know how many of them there are. We don't even know if they serve a higher master or if they're going to come back or are they gone forever. We don't know. And the mystery is what makes mysterious stories powerful, right? Is all of that is there. I love bad guys that you in every like film, whether it's especially horror movies. I love an adversary, the antagonist, that you don't get a good look at. That's always better than just being shown every detail, no matter how gory it is. It's always scarier what you don't know about them. So that was easy. And of course, they're representative of the very real underground, shadowy, satanic cabal that we are up against. So I just imagine, what do they look like and how will they look in a fairy tale? That's what you get.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I would say it's more realistic. I think in our lives, usually the things that are truly evil and truly our nemesis, they're unseen. Sometimes they're unheard. Sometimes you don't even know they exist. You can sense them at times. And I just felt like this villain was yeah, I even love like I don't know if you guys can see it on your screens if you're on a smaller screen, but like even in like this little part in the front, you can see a nose almost like poking through. Like it's just, like it lets you know that it's some form of like a being, probably a human, but something that has a face, but it chooses to not only hide its face, but unlike our hero here, who he has human features. He's got eyebrows, he's got his mustache, the nose, the cheekbones. This villain is just a black blob, just a black sheet. But it has little features on it. So it could be anything from a human to an alien to I don't even know what it could be, but it just, I don't know. It's the whole film itself, the good versus evil, even moving on to the queen, which we'll come up to next. It gives me so much to chew on, to think about while watching the film. And it's crazy that it's only 13 minutes because I mean, we're almost, I mean, I did a little bit of the promo stuff at the beginning, or not promo, but ads and stuff at the beginning. So it was probably like 46 minutes instead of 56 minutes, but we're 56 minutes into the show and we haven't even gotten to the queen yet. We've got more stuff that we could talk about. And this is just from a 13-minute clip, or not clip, but 13-minute film. So like the amount of thought and energy and love that you put into this film, just, I feel like it shows from how much we're talking about it right now and how far you can go off just the film into how it relates to our lives, how it relates to current time periods, or even going back. So this is one thing I was thinking about. We were talking about it a little bit ago, but I feel like Christ, so a lot of my stuff that's visual in my head is from The Chosen, because Jackie and Bay Theater Dave have a show talking about The Chosen. Ghost and Ash obviously have a show, The Choice, on here. Bay Theater Dave and Jackie shows Good Book Sessions on their channels, but The Choice is here on Badlands, and they're also talking about it. Two completely different shows, but talking about the same topic. But The Chosen is where I get a lot of my visuals these days. But just from the actual Bible, the stories of Christ in the Bible and the things that he did, to me, he was theatrical in his presence of things. Like he used metaphors and he told stories and analogies and all these different type of things to really teach us about the word. And I feel like just coming out and writing it down, and don't get me wrong, I think the Bible is the best book ever written and it always will be. But to be able to imagine or hear the stories that Christ told, or just visualizing what you read in the Bible, it's so much more powerful to me than just reading the word for word. Yep. And then just trying to say, okay, this word means this word means that, this sentence means this. No, it's the picture that's drawn up in my mind when I'm reading the Bible, and the feeling that I get. It's a spiritual connection that I'm getting. That's why it's a living book. It's a living word, And so I think that the film itself that you created, I can see the Christian undertones in it.
Yeah.
That what you just said right there, literally thinking about The Chosen was what led me to what I was kind of explaining earlier on, is that thinking about watching The Chosen, because I grew up going to Sunday school, or they had religious ed after school on what, I did that. And then during the Catholic mass, like the kids, we would go do like the kids version of whatever the homily was going to be. like the readings, they would put us, the adults would be in the church and the kids would be in like the fun like cafeteria room. We would hear like the kids version of Jonah or Job or whoever, and then we would make a craft like explaining how we understand the story and like that. I grew up with that, so I know the stories, but never read and followed, because King James is hard to follow. It's like Shakespeare and all that.
Yeah.
Watching The Chosen I had a really strong relationship with God before The Chosen. Now I feel like I can talk about Jesus and not be he's my freaking bro. Like I just love, and that's because there are millions of people our generation right now who know Jesus because of the show. That is why the film, the video is the medium that we need to meet our times with as warriors against evil. Like we just have to make video. We have to. And I believe God gave me this fire to do it. And this is what came out. So yeah.
I think this villain right here, the villain that you symbolize in this, the one that we currently live with, they did a great job of taking literature and things like that out of our culture. And because they did that, we can't go back and change our childhood, guys. We can't go back and take away movies. We can't go back and destroy we can destroy our TVs now, but we can't destroy our TVs from the past. So we got to work with where we're at, like you said earlier. And I think that a show like The Chosen or a film like this film, or just any type of medium that is visual, it's where we're fighting at now. And they fucked up by making us so good at being able to decipher film and to be able to create our own films and come up with so many ideas of visuals, that now that we have this tool with AI and our knowledge and our brains and all that stuff to fight back, they're actually behind the 8 ball, because what they did was they tried to dumb us down. And what it did was it just gave us another avenue to get intelligent and to connect with God. And now that we have this avenue, they're gonna have to shut off literally every screen in the world to be able to stop us. And they can't do that. They've already let the cat out of the bag.
The genie back in the bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I love that. I want to keep it moving though, because this is the character that I am the most unsure of, but I freaking love her. I think she's an awesome character, but I'm not even gonna ask questions except for, what were you thinking when you created the queen? And just give me as much as you want to give on the queen character.
Okay. What I will say is that I wanted first of all, a girl. There has to be a pretty girl, first of all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's AI, I did appreciate that she was a pretty girl.
I literally started with the knight and the queen before I knew what the story was at all. Like I didn't know what movie I was going to make. I just made 2 characters, what they looked like. And that's what I just creatively, she just came out of what I felt like making her look like. But conceptually over time, she became, and what I believe she represents, I'm not giving anything away. She is, believe it or not, innocence and also altruism and also a victim all at the same time. And
I can feel that. I think I was kind of thinking it, but when you just said those 3 words, that I could totally feel that.
Yeah.
Oh man. We
have leaders in human organization throughout history. This is told in fairy tale times in medieval Middle Earth or whatever. But we have leaders that may not even realize that they're being psyoped and they want to do good.
Yeah.
You can tell that she's not evil. You can tell that she's not a hero. And you can tell that she's a victim, but you can tell that she is in charge of these people and doesn't even know that she's just as powerless to lead and needs a little help from somebody outside of the situation. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's an interesting, obviously I'm not going to give anything away, but it wouldn't be a story if there wasn't development of characters, if there wasn't a change moment, if there wasn't a choice for everybody to make. And you're just going to have to watch to find out what her arc might be. And she may or may not have something to do with the next one. I don't know yet, but I would like to bring her back because
she better. We need her. We need her back. I want to dub her Queen of the Normies. She's Queen of the Normies.
That's exactly right. Yeah. I feel,
she sits on the throne, but really she's in the same position as everyone else in the pews are.
Yeah.
Falling victim to the malevolent influence, the subversive influence of the shadowy figures in the dark, planning their plans and plotting their plots, and you know, getting away with it until
somebody notices
they're not.
Yeah.
Until their cover is blown.
Mm-hmm.
And someone comes for them, and then we get to see what they're really made of.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like that. I feel like that has to be in the next one. That has to, maybe not the next one, but throughout the series, oh man, I'm not telling you what to do because I know you've already made your decisions or you're gonna make them. But when it comes to that, I'm so excited. When it comes to her having to make a choice, that's when I'm excited because I don't know what the choice is gonna be. Because there's obviously at least two ways that you can go. Well, three ways you can go with, against, or just pretending like nothing happened. You know, that's kind of the dilemma that all of our leaders, and I would consider some of us in the Queen's position, because there are people that, yes, I would say the three of us for sure, and I think a lot of people in the audience, we would love to see ourselves as the knight, because that's kind of the whole reason we're in this fight in the first place, is to be the knight, or at least be the knight's helpers if we can be. But there are plenty of people out there that are in the Queen's position. They may not be the queen of hundreds of thousands of people or whatever, an entire village, but like there are moms and dads out there that have their immediate families, or just like brothers and sisters. Like in my family, I would argue that I am the only person. I feel like I'm more of a knight, but I am the only person in my direct family that like is trying to truly wake up, like is awakening. Like I think the rest of my family, they love their comfort zone. They fight, don't get me wrong, they're fighting for what they believe is right and they believe is justice, but there's so many of them are in like almost like the Queen's position, where people will listen to them in my extended family, but they don't even know that they're being psyoped. They can't believe it, because the crystal veil is so pulled over their heads. Like it's almost like they have multiple crystal veils in front of them. I guess that's kind of the thing about crystals. It's not just one sheet, but the veil is just covering their faces. And how am I, as in my opinion, how am I as the knight going to wake up the kings and queens, we'll say, the royalty of my family, to the crystal veil that's over their eyes? And how am I going to expose the cabal to them? Because I've tried different ways. I've thrown little hints here and there, but man, I just feel like, and I'm not going to give away what the knight does, but I feel like I have to go the knight's route. I can't just go the little touchy feely, like, hey, let me get your attention, look over here, because they're just glued. They're glued at that orb, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about the crystal veil, right? And that's why I love the title and the idea of it. It's pulled over your eyes, right? But you can still see through it. But it's crystal, it's thick crystal. So your vision is distorted, and you're seeing the world the way that they want you to see it.
That's right.
Yep.
And it's not until you've had that veil lifted that you realize that you've been looking at the world through this veil the entire time, and you had that perspective to compare, to realize just how clear everything is when you take it off, you know. But perhaps you didn't know, you know, you're able to get by, right? You're able to sort of see
they're
enough.
not starving, right?
You're able to see
eating,
enough.
they're still, you know, everything isn't falling apart yet, but it could be soon. It's like what I'm hoping will come across, that like clearly everything isn't in total disarray. Everyone is just completely distracted, disconnected, and not living their lives, not speaking their truth or expressing any emotion or having any real connection. That's the first stuff to go. And then society falls apart from there. So we happen to come upon this kingdom in the early stage of it. But is that not where we find ourselves in human times? Like we're still eating, we're still comfortable, but we are under spell. Our people are, and the night, you know, is us. Are the night that want to
walking around,
do something about it, going like they don't know, they can't see it, they don't know. So we, just like the night, we felt is our mission. Like as soon as he sees what it is, as soon as he knows what's behind the spell, he goes straight for them, and that's what we have done as Rise and as Adrian and Cristina and our creative abilities. Like we can't run up hills with a sword and go kill, you know, whatever, but we can build culture and make amazing music and
stop yourself from
films
saying Bill Gates.
I feel good. We can go for them just the way, you know, that he did in this way, and I hope that everybody feels like they can in a meta kind of way. AI is your sword now, and you can die by it or lead by it or do whatever. And anything you want to create a story, you have the power to learn it. And also, I'll just say, like, from a professional, you know, normie kind of world, I have a degree in graphic design from a good design school that has really been my bread, you know, that I've always been a graphic designer by profession. And I've been a freelancer, and I have my degree is especially specialized in brand identity and logo and symbol design. All of that, I thought ChatGPT AI wasn't really going to have the soul to do exactly what I can do that well. But quickly, like by like January of this year, I was like, it's about to. It's really about to. What am I going to do about that? How am I going to be of value to the world? If, you know, this is how I decided to level up. I decided I couldn't make film without Adrian all up until I made promos and things on my phone. But like, I was like, I need to empower myself, or my ability to make money professionally as a creative is going to be it's going to be sad. I want to do something. I never imagined how exciting. I couldn't sleep for 8. Like, I was just thinking about this all the time. I would just be like, so what do you think you should do when we get to the part with the thing? What about this? Like, for months, we were writing it together and arguing about some of how it was going to go. But it was the most exciting, empowering ride. And I encourage anybody out there, if you have a screenplay, an idea, or anything, you can even work with AI to turn stuff you care about into things that you can make, because it'll walk you through it all.
Why don't you explain a little bit about the process for those who are unfamiliar, where you see a complete film like this and you wonder, like, how is this made? Like, to what degree are you intervening, and to what degree does the AI have control? How are you prompting it? How does that process work? Why don't you break it down?
Thank you for that. So especially if anybody out there, if you haven't used generative AI or maybe some of the like pro tools that we were using for this, basically you're starting with creating an image, sometimes from scratch, sometimes based on a bunch of inspirations, influences, examples, and combining all of that with text, telling it what to make. And you start with your image, and then you get at the most 12 seconds of an animation of that image. Usually it's 3 to 5 seconds. Every single frame, every single shot is 3 to 5 seconds. So if you're seeing a continuous shot that's longer than that, I have stitched them together by needing to create sometimes beginning and end, or at least the beginning of every like minute of every second of footage that you're seeing had a start point that I had to paint the entire universe of, with the right angles, the right lighting. I had to make sure everything matched. That was the hardest part, was making sure that the armor matches, that it doesn't, like, his sword doesn't switch sides, that it doesn't, and sometimes it still
will hallucinate.
It'll hallucinate and mess it up. But the take was so good that I'm kind of like, just like you were saying about like the scratches, the tracking on our VHS tapes. Right. I feel like it'll be a mark of the times when there will be some kind of AI glitchiness to it that'll be a little bit endearing. That's like, oh, technology, it wasn't quite perfect then, and that's okay. I kind of like that about it, that there are some inconsistencies that I let be there on purpose. I'm like, you know what? It's cute. But I had to bring along by like dragging it along, every like sculpting every second and every camera angle and every motion that you see. If you want the camera to do something, you have to know how to describe it and do it accurately, or you're going to waste money burning credits telling it to do stuff that doesn't work. And that some scenes, some 3 or 5 second scenes took all day, 2 days, 3 days. And then there were other days where like a whole minute, like I just was in the flow. I had what I needed and it would just come out. And then, you know, over time, I think I calculated it with ChatGPT. I don't know how many thousands of hours it ended up being, but it was right on par with what you would expect from like a Hollywood film level of work.
That's first of all, thank you for sharing that with us. And Adrian, thank you for asking, because I think that's something that us I wouldn't say non-creatives, but us non-filmmakers and people that don't really work with that type of content or creating that type of content, we don't really think about it. Because like I said, I was like 13. I'm a type of person that usually I think bicamerally all the time. So I was like, man, like I wish this was longer. And then the first thing I thought after that was like the amount of time that Cristina put into this, like she would have really had to like kind of like hack it up to be able to make it like a 30-45 minute film and then get it out to us. Like it would have been like 13 minutes of great content, and then it would have been really good content, but there would have been little like it wouldn't be a consistent film for 13 straight minutes. Like there'd be like filler scenes.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, we wanted to also hone in on the sound and get, you know, like it wasn't just about the visuals, you know,
Yeah,
but
the sound was really important.
the sound was hugely important.
We spent two extra week, well, at least an extra week after the first week that we did sound design. And I think, like you said, if we had made it longer, because there's no dialogue, you don't need, when there's a film without dialogue, you don't need to have those cinematic beats surrounding a spoken performance, that words deserve time to resonate with the audience or to be delivered in a certain way, and then for music to come in and mingle with that, and long shots with music back into tight close-ups between characters with dialogue. Those are all really great things that I'm looking forward to doing, for sure. But in this film, I really think it told the story and moved along. I bet that you didn't even realize by like minute 10 how far you had come. Like we started all the way here and now we're all the way here, and just, it's, oh my gosh, it's almost over, but there's still so much more story. And like you said, by the end of it, you're like, I can't believe that was only 13 minutes, because so much of a universe happens. It surprises me, but it's also great for rewatchability, because you can watch it twice in under a half hour. It's great.
Yeah. You can watch it twice in under a half hour, and I wouldn't say that you'll probably get like two completely different storylines, but your mind will go to a different
You're
place.
going to pick up on more every
will.
time you watch
You
it.
will. I still do.
Yeah. There's a lot of like little Easter eggs in there too. And like, especially at the end, there's a really fun, just,
The end is fun.
I hate to
watch till the end, people. Watch till the
self-censor.
end. It makes me so mad that, not mad, but it frustrates me so much that I can't just blurt out what happens at the end, because I just loved it so much. Like I literally, like, you get near the end and you're just like, all right, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. And then you get the actual end of the film and you're just like, yes. And I feel like that had to have been like Cristina being like, I gotta really put like my full personality into this film, not just the storyline part and all that stuff, the not seriousness, but like the heavy weight of the storyline. But like I gotta put some Cristina in there too, some extra Cristina in there. That was, oh man, it's great.
It was cathartic.
Yeah.
There was so, like you said,
it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's approachable. We aren't like that. We aren't like, this is serious. Like, we're like human. We're going through a human experience. And I really, because I put so much of my heart into it, and because Dauntless, shout out to Adam Riva, oh my God, because he respects where and didn't, he was extremely hands-off, barely made suggestions, and let me make whatever I wanted to make. Even though it was my first one, he still trusted me to do it. I did not start this trying to get him to let me put it on Dauntless. I didn't expect that. We're not allowed to even be seen on X. I expected to put it out on X and Rumble and stuff and get like 5 likes, even after 3 months of work. And that was good enough for me. I was just happy to make it for God. But Adam came in and just said, I want to put this on Dauntless.
I had a plan.
I knew.
Adrian, of course. Adrian was just like, we're getting this on. We're getting this on Dauntless.
Like,
we're getting it out there.
I didn't even tell her. I just talked to Adam. I was like, check this out.
But that's perfect though, because what it did was it gave Cristina the ability to just create for the sake of creating.
It would have changed everything if I had known the pressure of like being good enough for Dauntless from the get-go. I don't know if it would have been the same film. So he saw the trailer, and when I made the trailer, it was about, I don't know, 60% done with the film. That's all. So I still had the other, maybe 50%. I still had a lot left to do, but it was at the right time. God came in and like set up, and Adrian apparently also came in and set that up. But it allowed me to, I knew I was safe to go a little bit less Hollywood and a little more like, this is a real project made by people that you know.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between Hollywood and what we can do now, is you can really make like little beautiful pieces of yourself. If you care about it, people will care about it too. And
you put love into it. And it shows.
I think there was so much more I wanted to put at the end. I wanted to like go through a quick screenshot of all of the generations that I made for the film. And I'm like, people won't really know what that is. But you'll see like many of the shots that end up in the film. There are 10, 12, 5, rejected takes, if you will. If any, this is exactly the way to look at it. A director will do multiple takes with their actors to see like which works best
The right
in
angle.
the cut, in the edit. And they've got all these to work with. And often you're cutting up the first 2 seconds of this take, the middle 2 of that one, and then go back to this. And then this take left me with a camera angle I'd like to use for the next starting frame. So put that one back in. Like there was so much of that I kind of wanted to show, but I think I found a great solution, and you're just going to have to wait to the end for that payoff. I hope you will all check it out and use the promo code.
Definitely. Real quick, this came in a little while ago from Ghostsmith 808, but this is when we were playing the trailer. He said, I think that trailer looks dope as fuck, which first of all, thank you so much, Ghostsmith 808 or 801 for the $10 rant. And I totally agree. And that's what sold me on it. Besides just knowing you as a person, was I was just like, this trailer looks awesome. And I had no idea it wasn't going to have the song in there, although it felt like it did have the song in there. Once I saw the film, I was like, that trailer is awesome, but it doesn't do the.
Oh no, you got muted. We can't hear him. We lost you. We can't hear you.
My internet went weird. Yeah, it was my internet. So we got so where we live is very treed area, very foresty type area, and we have Starlink now. And what happens is like for a few seconds, every few hours, because of the way our satellite set up, it'll cut out depending on what time of day and where it is, where the sun is and the satellites and stuff. So what will happen is that'll cut out for like 2 to 3 seconds. And then if someone's on with me, they're just like, did he lose me? And I'm like, no, that was me. But anyway,
yeah, I knew. I was like, it's him. There's no.
That happens to us with our electricity. That happened today with our electricity. Really? It just randomly will shut off, and we got a generator now because preppers. But I'm
glad being caught with my pants down again.
Ever again. But Hurricane Helene taught us preparedness lessons.
Oh yes.
But were there any other? Yeah, I just want you to just click through the rest of any other pictures that we maybe didn't show. And Counterinsurgents sent $5, says, okay, I just watched it, absolutely fantastic, I can't wait till the sequel. Me too. I'm like literally up every night thinking about what am I going to do next. And thank you for watching it. Thank you, and for supporting Cam and Badlands with your rant.
And
I love it. And it's so funny because you said it near the beginning. You were like, it's only 13 or actually it was before. No, I don't remember what it was, but you said you can go watch it real quick and come back. Like that's the thing is if you saw the trailer and then the preview and you're just like, man, I really want to watch this now, dude, go watch it real quick. Come on right back. I'm telling you, it's worth it, and it'll give you a different take. Also, by the way, for all you people, Counterinsurgent, I appreciate you for the rant, for the support and everything, for supporting Cristina, Adrian, Rise Attire, also Badlands. But if you do go watch it, please don't spoil it for everybody else. Because if we've done the hard part of holding back, don't come in here and be like, guys, guess what happened at the end. But I know we have a good audience.
Got more class than that.
Yeah, of course. And that's the cool thing about our audience. Unless it's some troll that comes in here, no one's gonna come in.
They're not gonna pay for a subscription to watch a film for people they don't like. But it's very affordable.
So true.
I would say.
That's
it's very
so
affordable
true
for everybody out there. It is less than like $10 a month, even without a promo code. So
yeah, it's $9
it's entirely subscriptions supporting. Like there's no giant funding for Dauntless. It's literally subscriptions pay the filmmakers. So we thank you.
Yeah, and some of the best film content creators as far as like longer form content go in the truth movement, as far as I'm concerned, people like Matthew Buddha, Adam Riva. I was just Adam's eclectic, amazing filmmaker. He did the Flynn documentary.
Yep. And Time of Deceit for Badlands and Devolution and Devolved. I don't remember what he called it.
Devolved. It's Devolved. I only know because when I went to watch your film last night, I put I've seen some of these already, but I put all the ones that I put Time of Deceit and Devolved series. I put them in my watch list along with Adrian's Vibe series, just so that if anyone ever asks me what to watch on Dauntless, I can just pull up that page and either screenshot or whatever, be like, these are the films, guys. But real quick, before we get back into the film, talking about Adam Riva, a fantastic filmmaker. I told you guys this, I think when you guys were here last time, I told the audience about the Devolve series. that's what got me into like really invested in Badlands. Like and the thing I love so much about it is under the so it has a Devolve series. The writers are Adam Riva and John Harold. Like he gives John credit. Like John, it's not John's film. Like John didn't go out there and be like, "Hey Adam, can you make this for me?" Like Adam loved John's Devolution series. He loved John as a person, his content at the time, Patel Patriot. But like he was just so he appreciated it so much, just like I can tell he appreciates y'all's work as well, that he wants to give credit to the people that were the reason for making the film. Like this is a genuinely good fucking dude. Like I had to say fucking because I want to put an emphasis and exclamation point on it. It's a good fucking man. Like this is a good human being who is in it for the right reasons.
To his core.
Yeah,
exactly. And you guys know him better than I do, but he and Adrian were on a while back when I think the first Vibes came out, and we talked to him like, this is, guys, these are the exact opposite of all these Hollywood filmmakers. Like to me, Adam, Dauntless and Adam are like a studio that's like Warner Brothers studio, but for our side, guys. Like this, we're paying $9 a month or $90 for a year, or what? By the way, I did end up doing this. I ended up doing it. I got the lifetime one. There's only 100 of them out there. I got the lifetime. Yep. So
you got a lifetime subscription.
So I got so real quick, guys. I had a paycheck come in, not from Badlands, but a different paycheck come in that I wasn't expecting. And I was just like, let me pull the trigger. I'd already paid for my GART tickets or my GART flights and everything like that and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? I have some money saved up that I can do it. And but anyway, $90 for a year, guys. So that's 10 months instead of it's a 12-month subscription, but you're basically paying 10 months instead. But paying that
unless
instead
you do the promo code where it's $45.
Exactly. And so you guys do that, and you can go watch. I can't tell you how many films are on. There's a bunch of films on there right now. Like Adrian has multiple series on there. Cristina obviously is going to have her entire series on there.
Darkness by Design is #1 on Dauntless.
Dude, I saw that. But the point is, guys, that is less than $45 with the promo code for the year subscription. That's like 1/5 of a Netflix subscription. And you're getting content that actually matters, that's actually going to be good for your soul instead of just poisoning and rotting your brain. I get it, guys. I know there's stuff that when we were kids, we loved this. So there's this actor in it from when we were like 10 years old that we want to go watch. But the thing is, Hollywood is dead, guys. Even Hollywood is like tucking their tails, and they're trying to get our type of content onto their stuff because they know it's the only thing that's going to make them money. And for them, it's still all about the bottom dollar. The reason why Adam and Cristina and Adrian make this type of stuff is not for the dollar. The only reason the dollar matters is because that's the way they can be able to pay for the things, be able to use the different AI tools to be able to do these different things and to feed themselves. They have to feed themselves and keep the power on. They have to keep the power on somehow. But it's chump change. It's pennies compared to what you'd be paying to the side that we're trying to defeat in the first place. So make sure you guys check out Dauntless Dialogue. It's a phenomenal website, phenomenal streaming platform, and all the content creators they're one of us. They're just like you and me. Like next thing you know, Bay Theater Dave's going to make a film and it's going to end up being on there. Who knows?
Maybe it's a good challenge. Anybody can do it, and Dauntless wants more creators. So it's going to keep expanding. There's music videos on there now. I think I've got 2 music videos on there. He's got music videos that he's made that are on there. Adam's making a really cool new thing, or I don't know if it's new or if it's an episode is already existing yet, but I know what he's working on, and it's also different than traditional documentary stuff. And my series is there, and you have to.
You could talk. So Adam's doing like a Crank Anchor style,
like,
really
puppets and AI. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be great. So that it's branching out. It's not just documentaries about the darkness anymore. There was a time that was all of us were called to expose. And now, like what we've just spent this entire episode talking about, we now see ourselves as the stewards of entertainment, of, furthering our values and creating content that is entertaining and has good morals and good role models and good energy, because of everything we've learned in the spiritual war. Is that's what they're harvesting. That's what they're fighting first for our spiritual energy and then for our eventual souls through what they deliver to us in entertainment and culture and everything else. So yeah, that Dauntless is a hub for, you know, the parallel economy that we talk about on Badlands all the time. The reason that you guys are here is because you like watching this kind of stuff. This is just like the creative house of people like your friends, you know, so.
Absolutely. So Polaris Park says, I'm a boomer. My brain is already rotted. Well, if your brain is already rotted, what I will tell you is maybe you think your brain's rotted, but I'm telling you, if you change up the content that you're consuming, the way that God has made us, we can rejuvenate our brains. We can learn a new way to live. We can nourish our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. And you can unrot yourself. I don't think that's a word, but you can unrot yourself. And the other one I wanted to bring up was Blow Gabriel Blow says, so now there's a Devolution movie. So there is a Devolved series. I don't want to talk about it too much because we're here for the Crystal Veil, but how would you guys describe the Devolved series? Because we're talking about Dauntless, so it's going to bring everybody.
Well,
back.
It's
totally relevant.
Adam taking John's theory and
showing
going through it and exposing it to the world, and he does it in stages. I think it's a three-part series. But he picks out all the best proofs and the best information that John found and puts visuals to them.
And shows like what was happening in the real world in clips from the media and stuff that Trump was truthing and like all of this stuff, and brings
the amazing cinematic way that Adam can do it, you know, better than anyone.
Yeah. The thing I'll say about it is I would say that there's going to be, let's go back. Let's connect the film to this. So our hero right here, in a way, Adam's been able to be the guy behind the Guy Fawkes mask before too. What it does is it can take something. There we go. It can take something that may not be as easily digestible for people, like the Devolution series. John put a lot of work into that series. I mean, it is so good. He wrote so well on that. He found so many proofs, all this stuff. With the film, for the people out there that are like, I don't like reading, or I'm not going to read all that, or just people that just don't believe. They're just like, no way. There's no way that it even possibly could have happened.
Yeah, no one who doesn't believe it is going to read it to convince themselves.
But they'll watch a movie.
If
they'll watch a series.
Yep. They'll watch something that their loved one or their trusted friend has got, you got to watch this.
Like my parents are based, but they don't have time to read all of the Devolution series, but I want them to know what it is. Boom, I have that. And now they have a Dauntless subscription, lifetime as well. And that's one of the things that's top on their watch list because they're Badlands watchers. My mom specifically, my dad, when he's in the room and she's watching it. So she knows John. She knows about Devolution. She's been watching Power Hour for years. She's never read a single one of them. I don't know how many people out there that might describe. Here's
probably
a perfect
most.
tool.
Probably most people, because like you said, a lot of people don't have the time to go and read it, or they won't take the time. And I'm not saying it as a negative thing. It's just so many people are so focused on their day-to-day life. And that's the whole point of what, hold on, let me pull up the picture. That's the whole point of what these guys are trying to do. They did that. It was to tie into Adrian's film, Darkness by Design. They did it by design. It was all designed to be that way. And we got to go out there and we got to be this guy. We got to go out there and figure out a way to go. We saw this in the little part of the film. Smash it. We gotta destroy it. We gotta help break the veil somehow.
Yeah. Was there a couple other pictures? I don't remember what else was in the
folder.
folder.
So guys, the people in the audience, you're not gonna see our faces, but you'll be able to hear us for a couple of these because I have them.
They're widescreen.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, hold on. I was, by the way, Jackie, you weren't going crazy. I did make it let me take this off the screen real quick.
I was
I was, yeah. I was able to put it as a background, so we're ahead of it, but I can't. Well, not that I can't. It'd be way too much work to try to move the things around. So
that's cool.
This is cool. So this is pretty cool. And then this was the one that made Jackie's mind go crazy. Was this one right here?
Because it's not in the film.
Yeah, it was.
You don't know what's happening there. I know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love
and then I cut it. It was like one of those scenes where I was going to put this, and Adrian reined me in, and maybe it makes a future next part of the next one. You're just gonna have to watch it and find out.
Sometimes I like when people like when you put something out as a promotional tool that contains something that isn't in the film, but alludes to it or shows you something else that provides context for something you saw in the film. It gives you a new angle where, oh, that's what that looked like. Or, I love that sort of
I'll let you watch it and think about it on your
marketing technique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly think that trailers are best when they're not just like I love that you had a trailer and a preview, because the preview shows you parts of the film, whereas a trailer, yes, it may show you parts of the film, but it's more it's an add-on basically to the film. It's like it's a supporter.
Supplement.
Yeah, supplement. There we go. That's the word. It's a supplement to the film. And I feel like a lot, especially current Hollywood and most recent Hollywood, they're a bunch of hacks, man. So they're just like, all right, let's find 4 action shots or 10 action shots from the film. Let's put some badass music
just
to it.
All the best shots, and
they
that's
put
it.
the entire movie in the trailer. Now I don't need to see it. So thanks. Like, no, I did the opposite. I made a teaser, which is like it's a trailer length, but it's like a teaser is technically like 30 seconds or something, and it doesn't give you any of the plot points where a trailer is supposed to give you plot points. But I just wanted to give you just a taste of like, these are the characters, this is the world, this is the conflict, and that's it. So I'm really grateful, Cam, that you shared your audience with us on this project tonight, and I love your reaction. It was one of the best so far that I've heard. It's been really, really rewarding to hear from all of my friends and family. Just the reactions have been better than I possibly imagined. And this project took on a life of its own, but what a life, what a ride. And I cannot wait to hear what all of you in the chat think. And if you're at Deadwood, come and see us and talk to me about it there. And Deadwood is coming in 10 days, 11 days.
Yes.
So, oh God,
Mainly,
I can't wait.
I think we would love to hear what your kids think. If you have kids,
true,
and you get yourself a subscription, share it with them and let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a certain age.
You know, if your age or your kids are,
it
older.
might be too young. If they're like, 6 or something, it might be about.
I don't think there's such a thing.
But
as
it's
too
not
old.
gonna. I don't think it's gonna disturb them. Or,
No.
I just think they won't pay attention.
I would say, first of all, with the kids these days, I would say starting with our generation and getting to the younger generations, we've got exposed to so much so young that this might almost be therapeutic for them, because there may be some things that maybe a 7 or 8-year-old, we would think, or some of you guys that are older would think like that's a little too much for a kid. Well, sadly, your kid's probably already seen stuff like that on YouTube or seen that at school. Like some kid showed them something on their phone, or just in movies. Like there are little cartoon movies that have really dark scenes in them. They just color it up and make it all pretty looking, but it's really like dark concepts for kids, and the kids don't have the way to express to you that it fucked them up, to be honest, but it gets them. So seeing something like this, where one, you don't have the dialogue, like putting subliminal messages into their head of like, do this, do that. You got a pure storyline. You got, yes, you have evil in it, but the evil in this film is an evil that kids are going to see. It's not something that like, it's not an evil that is forced upon you. It's just something that naturally happens in this realm that we live in. We have this evil. It exists. People need to know about it, because if they don't know about it, then they're going to be stuck like her the entire time, or at least the way that we've seen her so far in the preview. So
yeah, there's 2 important ways that evil is not depicted in this film. One of those ways is something, that's beyond our approach, that's beyond our ability to do anything about, that's larger than life, that's pervasive and like so scary and threatening that makes you want to just hide under your covers. That's not how evil is portrayed in this film, and it's not portrayed as something just misunderstood or just like
sympathetic.
Yes.
No.
You know how they do.
Yeah. Hollywood has done that, where they took all the villains from like the stuff you and like we grew up with, and they gave them a sequel and made them like a sympathetic, misunderstood character, like all the evil that they did. Well, maybe you should just be okay with more evil, because they're just misunderstood or oppressed, they're
just like me with different circumstances.
They're just depressed or whatever. No, evil is evil, and good needs to defeat it, and that's what the role models that we need to show our children, and that's okay. And there's catharsis in that struggle and in its victory. And I believe that as a species, we need to see the good guy beat the bad guy. That's how we are wired. And I hate all these Hollywood movies, like especially what they did with Star Wars and Maleficent and all that crap, where they just made evil forgivable because they are evil. The makers of that crap, they're evil and they want forgiveness. They want mercy from the masses. So they've programmed it in to the viewing audience that maybe you don't need to burn them at the stake. Maybe you don't need to cut off their heads in a French Revolution in Minecraft or whatever. But no, that's not what our
quarter.
Yeah.
What's the term?
I did no quarter. Is one of them. No mercy, no amnesty.
No amnesty. That's the word.
No amnesty.
No amnesty. Hashtag.
That's right.
Yeah, my thing is, I think part of it for me when it comes to evil is, real quick, Danny said in the chat said, I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old. I'd be very interested in seeing what they think of it. Yes, Danny. We definitely got to know what they think of it, because that's our future. That's the biggest reason why we're fighting for it. Obviously, we want to save our own souls and the current souls of humanity, but at least save the youth. Even for those of you that feel like you're too far gone, you maybe done things in your past. First of all, talk to God, talk to Jesus Christ. I guarantee you that they will let you know that you're never too far gone. Coming from people that are people, because I've talked to you guys enough, coming from people that have felt that way, at least at some point in our lives, where we felt like we were too far gone. There's a reason why we're still here and we're still fighting, because God has let us know that we're not too far gone. And as long as we're still here, we're not too far gone. So, but the other thing I was going to say was with, I grew up with one of my, not favorite, but one of the villains that sticks in my head to this day. I actually have a t-shirt that I got from Five Below that I'm probably going to wear to at guard at one point, but Scar. So Scar, for me, never liked him. Never felt like he had redeemable qualities. I understood as a kid, not as like a 4-year-old when it came out in 94, but like as I watched it again and again as I got older, I understood Scar's, like, I understood why he was so angry. He wanted to be the king. He was the black sheep of the family, all this stuff, but he was a dick. Like that's not redeemable. I had zero sympathy for him throughout all the Lion King. I had no remorse when things happened to Scar. I'm not spoiling it because you guys have already seen the movie. Whatever. Scar deserved everything that he got. He surrounded himself with hyenas, and that's what you get. You act evil, you surround yourself with hyenas. That's what happens to you, and you get what you deserve. And I had no remorse. I didn't feel bad for Scar. Nowadays, if they came out with a new Lion King, like a new redone Lion King,
you're right.
Scar would end up being like, he would take over Rafiki's role or something. You know what I mean? He'd be like, oh, he's the wise man that learned his ways. And the reason I brought that up is because the reason they want us to do that is because they know that God does not like evil. God does not like ugly. God does not like those things. And if we start to be accepting of that, we're damning ourselves. They're trying to take us down with them, guys. It's not they know that because we're Christians, we want to see the good in everybody. So they try to take advantage of that. And they say, all right, well, if we can get you to let Pride Month be a thing and be okay with it, and let debauchery and drag queens in schools, then we know that we're damning their souls. And that's less soldiers for God. That's less people on God's side. And it's all trickery, guys. It's all they're all putting a crystal veil over us and trying to see it through their eyes. When in reality, good is good, bad is bad, evil is evil, just like Cristina said before, and like we've known all along. And don't let yourself be tricked into thinking that there are redeemable qualities about evil. There's a reason why it's live backwards. It is literally live backwards. I think I heard Tupac say this one time. He's like, I think some clever motherfucker, these are his exact words. I think some clever motherfucker one day took the word God and put an extra O in it, which God and good. Yes, that makes sense. And then for evil, they were like, let's live backwards, do the opposite of the way that you're supposed to live. And that's evil. And then they just ran with it. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And, we will let anybody can be redeemed in one way through one path alone. And it's not our job it is our job to resist them, reject them, expose them, and to prevent them from gaining any further power, further grip. Jesus is the way. Anybody can be redeemed, but they certainly pushed that part of the story out. but I did not. So if you watch, if you watch it in different ways, you can watch it as a non-Christian and not see Christian necessarily like that this is a Christian story, which is same thing with like Lord of the Rings, same thing with, maybe it's harder to do that with like C.S. Lewis. It's pretty analogous, but it's one of those things where Christian content gets cringy for non-Christians to watch. This is not going to do that. This is not like that. And it gives Christian values, armor to wear and that is freaking dope and hard to break through and delivers a powerful message. And Danny, DM me if you can. Here's another thing. It's only 13 minutes. If you can get all 3 of your kids to sit down for that long, that's amazing. But it's not half an hour. It's only 13 minutes. And
it's not 40 minutes like Vibes too.
Well, it's also not. Yes, it's not.
I don't think kids would be able to maybe listen to Vibes too. There's no way that kids are retaining the information from Vibes too. They're like, "Mommy, what's a vibration?" Oh, no, here we go. Pause it. Let me give you a whole lecture on that. Or watch the movie. I don't get it.
That's even I had to watch it. I'm still learning things. I've watched Vibes 5 times now, and I still learned something new last night when we had friends over and watched it again. But if you can sit down for the 13 minutes, I also really like that. I said this before. I like being able to say it's only 13 minutes. Just give it a shot, because we are fighting for attention with the system that wants to pull you away from something that might be good for you, so or just good human experience to watch something somebody else made. 13 minutes. It's not a 60-second TikTok. I'm sorry, it's not. It takes a little longer, but
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, don't apologize for not being a 60-second.
Amber 1962 in the chat, who said that they just joined Dauntless.
Oh yay, Amber, nice. Thank you.
Where did she go? That's my cousin Amber. Not literally.
Really?
Well, literally, figuratively. No. Yeah. So I met Amber in Florida. I met her in person at the Lakeland meetup, and I actually have a cousin named Amber. And they have like the same spirit. Like it's the same like type of spirit. It's so funny. They don't look anything alike, but like in a way they do. Like when I look at my cousin and I look at her, I just see them as like they're like not dual. They're like the yin and the yang type like spirits of the same Amber. It's hilarious.
Cool.
But yeah, she's a fantastic person. I guess the best word would be devout Christian. But Amber, she's one of those people that in Bay Theater Dave and Jackie's chat, or even in the choice, she is well versed on the Chosen and the Bible, so she can flip back and forth, be like in the Bible, not in the Bible, reason why they put it in the show to depict something similar in the Bible. She's one of those type of brains, and she's a brilliant human being. So shout out to Amber 1962 in the chat for joining Dauntless. Well done. I think you made a great decision. And let all of us know what you think, and let the world know. If you have social media, let the world know about how you feel about not only the Crystal Veil, but all the Dauntless films. But specifically for tonight, we're talking about the Crystal Veil. Is there anything that you want to leave the audience with? Because I feel like I still have a decent amount of time because there's no people tonight. But I'm going to let you guys go so I can just do a little bit of closing up on the show. Bro. But anything that you want to leave the people with? Actually, so for this one, I'm going to have Adrian go first because I want Cristina to have the last word and I want her to end it. So Adrian, is there anything that you want to leave the people with before they watch the film, or even if they've already watched it?
I'll just do a quick shameless self endorsement just to check out some of the other films. If you subscribe to Dauntless, check out the other 2, 3, 4 films that I've done already. There's 2 Darkness by Design films and 2 Vibes films, and they're the complete opposite of one another. Mm-hmm. And one is about the dark stuff that they're keeping hidden, and the other is about the light stuff that they're keeping hidden, that they've kept hidden, that's no longer a secret. And I think there's something really strong there on both sides to be taken. And I would encourage you guys that after you're done checking out Dauntless Tales, Crystal Veil, that you check those out as well. I think you'll really appreciate it. And I'm just so proud of my wife. She did such a great job. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Cam, for sharing
Of course,
so
man.
generously with your audience.
Of
what you
course.
do.
And real quick before Christina goes, guys, the Vibe series is phenomenal. I know we were joking about how much information is involved in it, but it is an experience. The same way that I know you guys that saw the preview and the trailer, I know how you guys love the music. In Vibes, obviously different type of music because it's a different type of film.
Different vibe.
But there we go, different vibe. But it's funny how I feel. I can tell that you guys are married and that you guys are connected as one, because the vibe of Dauntless Tales, the Crystal Veil, is what Adrian talks about in the Vibe series. Like the gist behind the two parts that I've seen so far, Cristina encapsulated that into 13 minutes, and like she did what you're talking about in the Vibe series. She did that in her film. Like that is what you were trying to teach us. It have been trying to teach us in the Vibes films, is to do what Cristina did. Like that's what we're fighting against. What you've talked about in the Vibe series, we're fighting for what you talk about in the Vibe series. We're using the acoustics, the sound, the waves, the vibrations from that series, and Cristina put it into her film, and fuck yeah.
What a beautiful synthesis, Cam. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. Brilliant assessment and generous with your enthusiasm. And I am someone who lives to make my friends excited about what I'm doing. Like it just fills my heart. Thank you so much. I think that the only thing I would really want to leave everybody with is that if you out there have an idea and you think you're not creative, you can't be, because you have been created in the image of a creator. And maybe you just haven't, maybe you've been told you're not creative, or maybe you told yourself that. Maybe you just never had the tools that now you can. And a lot of them are free to just start messing around. And if you don't know how to start, literally ask ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or whatever. Ask if I want to make a 3-minute little, I don't know, like a meme. If I want to make a meme, how do I do it? It'll tell you what to do. You have tools. Part of me, the conspiratorial tinfoil hat of me, believes that we're supposed to be afraid of AI. Like there's a definite push to make us afraid of AI. I do have a bicameral understanding that potentially the white hats, whatever they are, forced the release of this technology and compelled and rewarded those companies that could have been co-opted, just like Twitter and all the other social medias when they came out were co-opted by the cabal to do their bidding. I think it's been the other way around in a sense. I think that the bad guys have already had a lot of this AI stuff, and that it's being rolled out as like a literal soft disclosure, sort of unveiling and empowering of the people to make us on a more even soft disclosure. On a more even playing field with the tools that the enemy has had. And it's up to you what you want to do with that. I'm just really happy to share this real labor of love with the world, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. I will say that I'm leaning more towards each short story will be unrelated, with just threads that connect them. I don't think it'll be like Star Wars, like a trilogy that goes part 1, part 2, part 3. They'll be like, the idea was that each one of these short stories will be a different psyop that we've dealt with, and how the night faces it, and how that's the plan. I don't know. It could change. It could change. We're still in the writing phases of the next one right now. And basking in like the momentum of working for 3 months straight on something. Now it's done. It's just like a celebration. Every time I watch it, it feels like new. And I hope that you guys love it and share it on social media. If you do, reach out, and we'll see you all in GART in like less than 2 weeks.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
So excited. I absolutely loved the film. I know that the people that watched it during the show loved it. Especially Counterinsurgent. Thank you so much again, Counterinsurgent, for that. And Ghost Smith 801 for your rant as well. Bravo. I just think it was just such a great experience to sit down and watch. And that's the thing that's happened to me with both of y'all's films, but just sitting down and watching something created by Rise Attire. It's funny because I feel like watching your films gives me the same type of feeling as wearing. I'm not cold right now, so I didn't put it on, but like wearing your clothes and then being around you guys. I love that you guys put your heart and soul into anything that you create. And I feel like it is one of, if not the best way to glorify God, is to put our all into the stuff that we create and put out into the world. Because in my opinion, that's what God did. God gave his only begotten son to the world so that we could be saved. And the least we can do is give all of ourselves into the content we create. So thank you guys so much, both of you, for being here. Cristina, congratulations. I love you guys. I will see you guys in GART in in about 2 weeks. Yeah. And yeah, y'all take care.
I love you too, Ken.
Love you, bro.
All right.
We'll
talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Later, y'all.
Love you guys.
Peace. All right. That was awesome. That was Cristina and Adrian, of course, of Rise Attire. Cristina's new film. Let me pull this up on the screen. I can actually cover my face now for this one. We got Dauntless Tales, The Crystal Veil. And man, guys, again, and without them being on here, it feels a little different, but man, I just want to say thank you so much to the two of them for showing up. And more importantly than just showing up right here is putting out this type of content, because we as a society, we really need this stuff, man. Like we need to show our true colors. And the same way that I'm wearing this USA jersey right now, showing off my love for my country, love for my soccer team. I know that people think soccer is super gay and lame, but I mean, man, last night everybody was fired up supporting our country. This whole World Cup season that started a few weeks ago, we got people from all over the world coming around talking about how amazing real America is. Not the big cities that have been co-opted, but middle America, the South especially. And it's just showing the greatness of God, man. Like God has so many great creations that he's put out into this world, and by extensions of him through things that we've created, that we got to put them out there in the forefront, because their time is up, guys. It's God's time now. It's always been God's time, but it is overtly God's time now. And thank you again to Cristina and Adrian for coming on. Yeah, that was so much fun. Rise Attire says, real quick before I move subjects, Rise Attire said, love seeing you in the Seth Rich Pepe shirt and the new Soft Disclosure ad too, by the way. I absolutely love it. And that is a great segue to our next ad, which is Soft Disclosure. So for you guys that have not seen the new ad, I'm about to play it for you. Then we're going to talk about GART, and then we're going to start wrapping up the show. But I hope you guys enjoy this new Soft Disclosure ad. It is another Green Star special, and this one is quite hilarious. So I hope you guys enjoy as soon as I find it. And here we go.
He changed his shirt 3 times before he left. Tried on a smile that didn't.
Everybody saves.
Everybody.
Even me.
Especially you.
You mean I just have to use a promo code to get the discount?
Phoebe truly is an idiot.
He had to earn it anyway. Come back as you are. That's who we're waiting for. You don't need a different face walking through that door. Hey. Come back as you are. You run up from the stars. Soft disclosures for everybody.
Hi, fellas. What year is it?
Soft disclosures for everybody.
Get you some of that soft disclosure. Now I've heard a lot of talk about my butt from the people in the chat that have seen this video. Jackie says it's not that big. I would have to agree with her unless I pull my pants up perfectly. Now, at one point, it may have been close to that big back when I was playing soccer in college, but it has a nice shape to it. I will never show you guys it bare skinned because that's just nasty. I have some class. I'm not the left. I don't have my ass out all the time. I'm not showing my ass to the world. Pun intended and literally intended when it comes to them. But yeah, man, I got dance moves like that. What are you talking about? I could probably do better dance moves than AI Cam. I think we should have a dance off one day. We should have AI Cam dance off against real Cam. I don't know how we're gonna get that done, but we should do it. But anyway, guys, make sure you check out Soft Disclosure. And if you are coming to GART in person, we will be selling some Soft Disclosure. We should be selling some Soft Disclosure during GART. Actually, let me take my face off the screen for this one so that I can show you guys the full promo. And give me just a moment. You can still hear my voice. We'll go with this background for this one. All right. Actually, that one's a little too much going on. It's nighttime. Let's go with this one. So that's kind of what Deadwood looks like at night, guys, unless it's storming. But anyway, so GART, I'll read this part first, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit about GART. So June 25th through 28th, Badlands Media is heading back to Deadwood, South Dakota for the 12th stop on the Great American Restoration Tour. Get your GART 12 tickets today at badlandsmedia.tv/events. So again, guys, that's badlandsmedia.tv/events. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about my experiences at GART. So I've only been, or GART Deadwood. So GART in general, fantastic. My first GART was, mine and Jackie's first GART was right after the election. I think it was GART 5 or GART 6, maybe. It was the one in Myrtle Beach. It's where we met everybody, right? One of the best decisions I've ever made was pulling the trigger and getting GART tickets. I'll be honest with you guys, at the time, I was like, this is a little expensive, for in-person tickets and all that stuff. But Myrtle Beach was close enough for us that we were able to drive, which cut down on a little bit on the cost. But I was like, you know what? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Little did I know it was more than a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now, meeting everybody for the first time was once in a lifetime, but I've been to every GART since. Luckily enough, I was able to go as a host for the eventual GARTs after that. But, man, that first experience, guys, I'll tell you right now, Jackie and I did a couple of virtual GARTs before that. It was a lot of fun. I mean, being in the chat, joking around with everybody, having the ability to watch all the streams. I mean, all the panels. It's a little bit like the shows, but it's nothing like the shows because it's so much better because you get all the people in person. So all the panelists. So we got at this one, it's going to be John Harold, Chris Paul, Burning Bright, Zach Payne, Jordan Sather, CanCon, Alpha Warrior, Ashton America, Jonathan Drake, Josh Reed, G Money, yours truly, Cam Cooksey, Matt Trump, and Goes to Base Patrick Henry. And unfortunately, JB had to drop out. I'm not totally sure what's going on. He's doing all right, though, because he sent a message earlier that he just wasn't going to be able to make it this time. He's already been on a little bit of a hiatus. It's only because he's dealing with other stuff personally, whatever. None of our business, but JB will be back. Don't worry, guys. He'll be back at some point. But, that old man's got to take care of old man stuff. And us black people, we like to be mysterious about what we're doing with our lives. But no, JB's doing well, guys. So I will pass on any praise or talking shit to JB. So just let me know if you need me to send him a message talking shit. But no, so got to meet everybody. And ironically enough, the only person I did not meet at that GART was JB. Saw him like 5 times. Literally, I think probably the only 2 black people there. And this motherfucker just kept crossing my path, not saying anything to me. But no, JB's he's a hell of a guy. I love that guy. He's one of the closest people that I'm with at Badlands. Love the man. But that first GART was, I mean, meeting the hosts was surreal. And then on top of that, it went from being like surreal, being like, these are the people that I watch on stream all the time, to being like, these people are literally just like me. Like, some people are way taller than you expected. Some people are shorter than you expected. Some people are way more handsome than you expected or beautiful than you expected. Nobody was uglier than I thought. I'm talking shit, guys. But anyway, it was really cool meeting everybody in person. But I think the coolest part about it was realizing that you're having a human experience with these people. It's not just like celebrities on a stage talking at you and then going off and hiding in their rooms or hiding in a green room or whatever. It's not a conference, guys. It's a tour, And I think Christina said it on one of the shows that it's more of like a retreat than anything. And for me, it's like a family reunion. She might have said family reunion too, but she definitely said retreat. But it's literally just like a bunch of the Badlands family, the Badlands community coming together, having a good time. And Deadwood, South Dakota is like, that's our GART. That's the Badlands GART. That's our home. That's home court advantage. That is in the Badlands. It's I mean, you go walking up and down Deadwood, like there's like 2 or 3 streets. There's 2 or 3 streets right there in Deadwood. Everything's within walking distance, and there's casinos all around. But when you go into stores, you got Trump stuff. You got America stuff. You got it's the real America, guys, and it's a lot of fun. So make sure you get your GART tickets. If you can't make it in person, I do understand. The GART virtual tickets are highly inexpensive. They are well worth the price. And if you can get the in-person ones and get there, I promise you guys, it'll be, if it's your first time going to a GART, there's no way to describe it except for being there. And then once you go, you can come back and tell everybody else in the chat to be like, guys, GART was better than I even imagined it could be. It's a lot of fun. So make sure you get your GART tickets, guys. And I see some people in the chat telling me to give some love to JB. And I love you guys, and I love JB, and I know that he's going to really appreciate you guys' love. So thank you for all the kind words that you said to him. I was obviously joking about talking shit to JB, although he loves it. He loves when you talk shit to him, because that's one of his love languages, is shit talking. But make sure you guys get your GART tickets. All right. So, and yes, Bay Theater Dave said it right there. The Badlanders family reunion. That's exactly what it is. And the good thing is that we have stops in usually all 4 corners of the U.S. throughout the year. For at least one of the GARTs, it should be within flying or driving distance. But yeah. Oh, Jackie says, bro, Haiti almost scored. What? So Haiti's playing Scotland right now. Shout out to my Scottish people that have Scottish descendants in the chat, or if there's people from Scotland in here. And if you're Haitian and you're watching, I apologize, but I'm going for Scotland. I'm all in for Andy Robertson. I want him to make it out of their group. Huge fan of him. So hopefully Scotland gets the W tonight. And the Scottish fans have been they've been loving America, which is not surprising. I mean, us and the Scots we're like this, you know. I think they know the Brits for their snobbiness and their stick up their arseness, bunch of fucking wankers. As Alexi Lawless called James Corden. By the way, if you haven't seen that was priceless. On live TV, he called James Corden. If you guys don't know who he is, he's one of those. He's a British dude that's like a late night host, like a late night show host, and he's doing stuff for the World Cup. And Alexi Lawless, whether you like him or not, he's an American through and through. And he called him a fucking wanker on live TV, and that was priceless. But because we didn't have people tonight, I decided to go the full time with Cristina and Adrian, which I'm so grateful for. That was so much fun. I'm not going to do too much stuff from my normal quote unquote show, but there are some things that I wanted to share with you guys before we get out of here. So we are at a little after 9:30. So we're definitely going to get to our American of the Week. And I'm going to show you guys a couple other things. We're going to run through some True Social posts. There's not too much stuff. Nice. Blow Gabriel says Scotland leads 1-0. And I don't know if Jackie already said that, but if you did, Jackie, I'm sorry, I did not see it. But that's awesome. Scotland's up right now, but we'll go through True Social. We'll make sure we do our American of the Week, but I'll do that after we cut some of the feeds so we don't get a copyright ding. Jackie says, I guess today is change background day. Yeah, I already forgot to change it back. I kind of like the Deadwood setup right now, to be honest. It feels way more American right now. Jackie says, Cam is definitely going until 10:30. He says this every week. I don't know why she does that to me. She puts the pressure on me and also puts it in your guys' head. But I'm gonna do those 2 things that I just said. And there's a couple things I wanted to show you guys on X. And then I got through all the ads. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get to True Social. And there's not too much stuff from President Trump that I wanted to share with you guys. Only a couple things from the last day or two. And we'll go through those pretty quickly. Tracy Nanette says, it's okay. It's only 6:40 here. Well, if I went till 10:30 at your time, not only would people get sick of me, I'd get sick of myself, but I would go well into DPH, and hopefully they would just kick me off the stream if that happened. But anyway, so let's get to Truth Social. And we have a couple things from a couple days ago. So from the 11th, today's the 13th, right, guys? Yeah. So we have a couple things from the 11th, and then we will work our way to current time period today. So first up, we've got this post from 2 days ago where President Trump said the United States of America cannot live with the shackles, pun intended. No, I'm just kidding. With the shackles of birthright citizenship, it is not economically or otherwise sustainable, and no other country in the world of consequence does it. President DJT. We all know that. It's pretty obvious. But I did bring this up because you can see the jersey I'm wearing. There's something about having the spotlight on us right now, not only for the 250th, but hosting the World Cup after our team kicked some ass last night. We allow people into our country, guys. There are people that come to visit all the time. I know there was that Somalian referee that was not let into the country, but for all of you that don't know, the reason he wasn't let in was because he had ties, some questionable ties to terrorist organizations. I know he's Somalian, and we've had a bit of a battle with the Somalian takeover. So not only do I appreciate them not letting him in because of those ties, but the reason why the left is running with it, or not the left, the Uniparty is running with that, is because they can get clickbait headlines from it. But I mean, this dude had ties to a terrorist organization, so why would we let him in the first place? Next up, we got this one from President Trump from the 11th as well. He says, based on the fact that discussions with the Islamic Republic of Iran have been brought to the highest level of Iranian leadership and approved, I have, as President of the United States of America, canceled the scheduled strikes and bombings against Iran this evening. Discussions and final points have been in both concept and great detail approved by all parties involved, including the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Turkey, Pakistan, Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, Egypt, and others. The naval blockade will remain in full force in effect until this transaction is finalized. Time and place of the signing to be announced shortly. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. So this was from 2 days ago, and I know there's a little bit more of an update on this, but 2 days ago, it says that that the strikes have been canceled and everything, and the concept and great deal have been approved by all parties involved. So it's looking like we're starting to wrap up the Iran war, special operation, whatever you guys want to call it. But with that comes, and if you guys have seen some posts from Ghost recently, he's kind of posts and reposts and retweets or reposts, X posts. It's looking like this is this chess move right here is really accelerating. I'll just state, I think, and it seems like he's hinting at it's moving up Israel's plans to try to fuck everything up. So be on the lookout, guys, because I think some shit's gonna pop off this weekend, especially with Flag Day being tomorrow, Donald Trump's birthday tomorrow. I believe the UFC fight is tomorrow. There's a lot going on, man. So let's see where we go next here. This one's just a little one about Jamie Raskin. Oh, I remember why I put this one up here. So tying into the whole talking about Ghost and then talking about Israel and everything, I thought it was very interesting that President Trump, with all the talk that Mark Levin has been doing, talking about, I hope President Trump isn't like Obama when it comes to Iran and all this stuff, and trying to undermine Trump, in my opinion. I haven't seen President Trump respond to, I'm not going to read all of Mark Levin's posts, but I haven't seen him respond to all that stuff, but he's highlighting Mark Levin. So for all those people that completely disregard Mark Levin because they know that he's a Zionist puppet, or maybe not even just a puppet, and maybe a big mover and shaker in the Zionist movement, but he's a devout Zionist, and he's just an annoying dude. I think he's just an annoying piece of shit, personal opinion. But there's a lot of pieces of shit out there, not just from the Zionist side. There's people from the IRGC. There's people from both sides of our aisles, which is the same part of the Uniparty. But I love that he put this out here because to me, it's the same type of thing he does with Lindsey Graham, where he he says that he agrees with certain things that they say, and I think it's just to highlight them. So people go back, they go scroll through their feeds, and they start to see all the bullshit and the dumb shit that they've been saying, and to get us talking. All eyes on this guy. So I'll just go ahead and read this post. Jamie Raskin's a loser in life who worked endlessly during my first term to impeach me and failed miserably, wasting the country's money, time, and effort, will guaranteed be trying to do it again, despite one of the most successful presidencies in history. The last one that went after me on impeachment was a pathetic soul, Al Green. As you guys know, it's not the great Al Green, the musician. It is the annoying Al Green with the cane, who's always grandstanding and standing on his soapbox, talking mad shit for no reason in congressional hearings, just wasting our time, which, to be fair, the rest of his colleagues do the same thing. But anyway, pathetic soul, Al Green, who just lost his race in a landslide to an unknown candidate, but in my opinion, one that had more talent than Raskin. He spent time on the unselect committee of political hacks and thugs and was rebuffed on that, just as he has been rebuffed on impeachment and many other things. If Biden didn't give him a pardon, he'd be in jail right now. That's important, guys. If Biden didn't give him a pardon, he'd be in jail right now! Exclamation point. Something should be done about people like this who do bad things, but always come up on the short end because of their illegal or unscrupulous behavior and hurt our country in the process. I agree with Mark Levin when he says to expel the bum. Congress can never be great with people like this who suffer massively from Trump derangement syndrome, casting their vote of hate, President Donald J. Trump. And it's funny because it says the House should trigger the expulsion process against Jamie Raskin. And then it says, I'll just read the beginning part. Jamie Raskin is already leading a plot to impeach the president if the Democrats take the House. So that's the gist of that part. The reason I wanted to bring it up was less about Jamie Raskin and hold on real quick. Blow Gabriel Blow says Al Green, the musician, heads up my playlist. Yes, absolutely. I love Al Green. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of them all. I hope that's Al Green. If it's not, I apologize, Al Green. But anyway, explains bankrupting Britain. I'm not sure. Cloud Topper. I didn't mean to click on that, but I'll click on the lead up. It says, I saw a little treasonous update. Old British intelligence was involved with U.S. coup attempt. Pompeo, Brennan, etc. Yep. I totally believe that. And Eric Q. Foreman says, good to see you, by the way. It says, more No Kings protests tomorrow. That's hilarious. No Kings protests. Yeah, whatever. Keep them coming, people. Shout out to my brother Daniel Lukash in the chat. Danny Lukash. I know I just said his name, but people already know it. He says, hey, Cam, go Dogs. We're going to win the College World Series. Yeah, buddy. For those of you that don't know, Georgia is playing Texas, I believe, in the College World Series this weekend or starting next week. I'm not totally sure the day because I've been so hooked on the World Cup. But thank you, Daniel. Good to see you, brother. Love you, man. And yeah, I really hope we get that dub because our baseball team's been the best it's been in years. But the reason I brought up the whole Mark Levin thing was just to shout out that President Trump brings up Mark Levin, I think, to put eyes on him, because it's not like President Trump doesn't know that Mark Levin's out here been trying to undermine his deal making, his art of the deal in Iran right now. So it's funny because it's just stringing these people along and it's exposing the side of the uniparty that I think needs the most exposing at this point, which is the neocon Zionist right side of the quote unquote right side of the uniparty. Next we've got this is a good one. So President Trump, just making sure it's up here. President Trump said the terms that Iran leaked out so this is from yesterday in the morning, says the terms that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to in writing. What they said, including their weak and pathetic statement on having a deal, bears no relation to the truth. Very dishonorable people to deal with. With them, there is no such thing as dealing in good faith. Amazing. Also, their totally rebuffed drone attack last night against Indian ships leaving the Hormuz Strait is totally unacceptable. They better get their act together and fast. So we had just read that from 2 days ago. Everything in theory was basically decided on with the deal and all that stuff. And then President Trump, so this is from a day ago, he posted this on Truth Social. He said, this is from Saeed Abbas I'm going to call him Aragachi, even though that's not how you pronounce it. Aragchi, whatever. The Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding has never been closer. Pending its finalization, the media should refrain from entertaining speculation about its content. In line with our responsible and transparent approach, all details will be shared with the public in due course. So I know that in the past, I did not mean to go back that far. Hold on just a second. So I know that excuse me. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I've been talking so much, but my throat is drying up. And Blow Gabriel Blow says Georgia 4, Texas 0, bottom of the fourth. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So to get back to what we were talking about, because I accidentally went too far. Let's see. So I know we've talked about it before, and I saw this mostly from Ghost. And if you watched our live stream, he talked about it a little bit, our GART live stream from this week. But the fake President Trump, first of all, brings up this part. Pull it back up on the screen. He talks about right here, the terms that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that we agreed to in writing. Then we've got this gentleman. I'm not totally sure who he is, but he says the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding has never been closer. Pending its finalization, the media should refrain from entertaining speculation about its content. So you got the Iran side and the American side saying that this is just not true. And we've got the mainstream media, the controlled by whoever you think it's controlled by, coming out here and trying to sully the peace agreement. Is what I should say. And I mean, since the beginning of the war, and I'll go back to Ghost. Ghost is the first person that I heard talking about it. He was saying that you got the Iran side and the American side agreeing on what happened, whether it's an attack here or an explosion there, and then you got the mainstream media just lying about it. So we know which side each person is on, or each party is on. This one I thought was fascinating because of what's been going on right now. I'll pull up this picture first. So I'll go through the pictures, but while I'm going through them, I will read this post. So President Trump from yesterday said the regilding of the massive Arts of War sculpture located between the Lincoln Memorial and site of the Triumphal Arch rapidly continues. The sculpture will be fully regilded by July 3rd, right before the 4th. The photos below were taken yesterday. The Gilders studio has flown in gilders from around the country to perform this work. And the reason I wanted to bring this up was because we are regilding the Arts of War sculptures. So Art of War, guys, think Art of War. I think there's a reason why President Trump is pointing to the Art of War, especially after what I just read about what the guy from Iran, I believe he's from Iran, but the guy talking about the Islamabad memorandum was talking about. Think about the Art of War. President Trump said that what Iran posted was unacceptable. Art of War, guys. Art of War. So keep that in your minds while we're going through this time period. Let's see. Oh, and the next one up is these photos right here. So we got a little bit of a cleaning of the reflecting pond, I believe it's called, a reflecting pool. Arts of War. Yes, Eric Q. Freeman. Arts of War. And a little update from Jackie. It's halftime. Scotland's up 1-0. Thank you so much for that. But yes. Arts of War. That's what I'm saying. When I saw that, I was like, he's reminding us, remember the Art of War. You need to go back to your Art of War manual, aka the book, Sun Tzu. It'll explain a lot of what President Trump is doing right now. We got multiple books playing at once. We got the Art of War and the Art of the Deal playing at one time. Yes, so this is the first photo, and then President Trump also posted this one. Look at that. Looking at it nice and clean, and then this is what it looks like at night. Guys, we're We are literally in the process of making America great again. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I think that in a few weeks, when July 4th comes around, this area is going to be, the sky is going to be lit up with beautiful fireworks. Hopefully there's a drone American flag at some point, along with fireworks American flags, just covering this sky right here. Maybe even something cool on the reflecting pond. Oh man, I am just so excited. I am so pumped. So pumped, guys. This one, I will go ahead and read this whole thing. And I will pull this up on the stage, or pull this up on here, and I will expand it. Let's see. All right. So what is this? Oh, this is the third page. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Give me just a moment. Actually, what I'll do is I will put some music on real quick and give myself a chance to drink some water while the music is popping up on here. Let me turn the volume down so you guys can hear me talk. And we will go with Honey. All right, just a moment. All right. So I know this is going to be a little long. That's what she said. It's 3 pages, but I really wanted to read this to you guys because I think that it's very important. So, Flag Day and National Flag Week, 2026. By the President of the United States of America, a proclamation. On June 14th, 1777, the delegates of the Second Continental Congress adopted a resolution declaring, quote, that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation, end quote. In the 250th year of our glorious republic, this Flag Day celebrates the American people whose enduring spirit allows our beloved and timeless tricolor standard to fly as the greatest symbol of freedom, democracy, and sovereign strength the world has ever known. At its inception, the stars and stripes symbolize America's fundamental precepts of liberty, justice, and dependence on Almighty God. Our nation's official banner and the principles that propelled our founding fathers to boldly undertake the most consequential act of self-governance of all time have withstood the test of time. The flag is a physical representation of our storied past, shared sacrifice, common heritage, and divine destiny. From the frozen ground of Valley Forge to the blood-soaked fields of Gettysburg, from the triumphant beaches of Normandy to the desolate face of the moon, and from the granite steps of the Lincoln Memorial to the heart of every patriot who continues to define American excellence to this day. Wherever our beautiful flag flies, America's greatness follows. After nearly 2.5 centuries, through every tragedy and triumph, Old Glory remains the strongest beacon of sovereignty and hope the world has ever known. Thanks to the devoted patriots of the past who made it so, and it is up to us to keep her flying proudly for generations to come. Our beautiful flag is a global insigne of America's indomitable spirit, matchless power, and endless resolve to achieve a more perfect union. This sacred symbol of the American people, carried by generations with incredible courage and unshakable faith in the promise of our nation, deserves our deepest admiration, protection, and respect. Last year, I signed an executive order to preserve the dignity of our flag by enforcing accountability for acts of desecration tied to violence and lawlessness. We also authorized the revocation of visas, residency, and naturalization for foreign nationals who desecrate the banner under which millions of American patriots have fought and died. As president, I will always wield the full power of my office in defense of our flag's sacred honor and I will never rest in my commitment to ensure that the proudest emblem of liberty is forever treated with the reverence it has so dearly earned. Next month, America will celebrate the most important milestone in our history, 250 glorious years of blessed independence, and the red, white, and blue will preside over jubilant commemorations from sea to shining sea. It will billow atop flagpoles in sprawling cities and on neighborhood porches in small towns. It will fly over beaches, stadiums, parks, iconic landmarks, and military bases. Our flag will wave in the hands of children at parades and festivals and flap solemnly as a sentinel over hallowed cemeteries of the fallen. On Flag Day, during National Flag Week, and throughout the summer of this historic year, may our majestic flag soar as a triumphant symbol of all the American people have achieved and serve as a shining herald of the new golden age that lies before us. To commemorate the adoption of our flag, the Congress, by joint resolution, approved August 3rd, 1949, as amended, 63 as amendment, or hold on, sorry about that, guys. Let me start this one over. To commemorate the adoption of our flag, the Congress, by joint resolution, approved August 3rd, 1949, as amended 63 Statute 492, designated June 14th of each year as Flag Day, and requested that the president issue an annual proclamation calling for its observance and for the display of the flag of the United States on all federal government buildings. The Congress also requested, by joint resolution approved June 9th, 1966, as amended 80 Statute 194, that the president issue annually a proclamation designating the week in which June 14th occurs as National Flag Week, and calling upon all citizens of the United States to display the flag during that week. Now, therefore, I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, do hereby proclaim June 14th, 2026 as Flag Day, and the week starting June 14th, 2026 as National Flag Week. I direct the appropriate officials to display the flag on all federal government buildings during this week, and I urge all Americans to observe Flag Day and National Flag Week by displaying the flag. I also encourage the people of the United States to proudly observe with all due ceremony those days from Flag Day throughout Independence Day, set aside by the Congress 89 Statute 211 as a time to honor America, to celebrate our heritage in public gatherings and activities, and to publicly recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 12th day of June in the year of our Lord 2026, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 250th. And then President Trump's signature, which would be Donald J. Trump. Now, I know that was lengthy. I know that was wordy. Let me get back to you guys so that I can see what's going on. But I personally feel, I don't know why this is so hard for me to, I'm on the wrong page. That's why. President Trump just told us that from this time period, I love that you guys are loving it in here. And Jennifer Ray says, America, fuck yeah. And then, we got more USAs. Tracy Nanette said, I am setting out a brand spanking new flag tomorrow morning. Might have to retire my current one. I love that. And yes, go ahead and retire it. It's done us well. It's done you well. Make sure you retire it properly. And for those of you that have your flag that you're just near and dear to and you want to keep it up, keep it up. Obviously, no need to take it down. But if you have a new one that you want to put up, I think this would be a perfect time to switch over, retire the old one. Make sure you do it properly, like I said before, or just a minute ago. But man, this is let me bring this back up on the stage one more time. So for this last part, President Trump said, where is it? So right here, it says, I also encourage the people of the United States to proudly observe with all due ceremony those days from Flag Day through Independence Day. So that'll be from the 14th of this month through July 4th, obviously, of next month. And honor, he wants us to a time to honor America, to celebrate our heritage in public gatherings and activities, and to publicly recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Now, I will say to that, guys, not only do I love that, but let's make it our mission as Americans, as us Badlanders out here, wherever we go during this time period, when there's a flag, if we have a group of people, whether you're by yourself, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Obviously, I don't think that there's any reason to force anybody to pledge their allegiance to the flag, because for me, if you don't want to pledge your allegiance to the flag, that is your right. You can GTFO, that's fine. Get the fuck out, whatever. You don't have to pledge allegiance to our flag. You're not going to be part of our country if you don't, but that's okay. But let's make it our duty to do that, because there are going to be plenty of people that want to join in. They just might need one of us to have the balls to do it. The balls of the lady balls to do it. So when I'm out and about, when I see an American flag, I'm going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, put my hand over my heart. Obviously, I already stand up for the national anthem, take my hat off, sing the national anthem. And if you're not a singer, guys, I would argue, or not argue, I would ask you and hope that you would take this time, at least through the 4th. Why not sing the national anthem? If you want, you can sing it quietly, because you may not like your singing voice. But the thing is, what you're doing, it's way more than just trying to have a nice voice. We're not out here singing on the stage at the World Cup. We're not out here singing at the World Series, the Super Bowl, whatever, the College World Series. We're not on that stage, guys. It's okay if you sound horrible singing it. It's the intentions behind it. It's the passion and the love for your country that matters. And when a large group of people sing it, it actually sounds beautiful. There's some tone deaf people out there that sound amazing when they're singing in a group. That's kind of the idea behind chorus. So let's get out there and show our real pride, true pride for this country, guys. Let's make this Pride Month the true Pride Month that it should be, which is American pride. The colors for that month, or for this month, are red, white, and blue from now until the 4th, and then from then on after that. But I appreciate President Trump putting out that proclamation. We've needed something like that for a very long time, and I'm just extremely grateful that we have a president that is unafraid, unapologetic of his love for this country. And let's follow suit. Let's keep it up, y'all. I think we've done a great job so far of representing this country, and let's just keep it up. So we are getting near the end of the show, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do one more thing. Actually, 2 more things. So first one, I had to pull this one up, guys. I had to pull it up. Actually, so this is what I'm going to do. So because we're near the end of the show, I'm going to say goodnight to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. By the way, Jackie jinxed me. We're probably going to end up going up to 10:30, like Jackie said. Thanks a lot. But thank you so much to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick audience. Head on over to X and Rumble for the next about 20 minutes of the show as we round it out. But I'm going to play a couple things real quick. And for those of you that care about the soccer match between Scotland and Haiti, second half is about to start. Jackie just said that. But I hope you guys stick around with me. And Babbage said, good evening all. DPH is next at 10:30. Yes. So if you're on any of those other platforms, make sure you head on back to for DPH at 10:30 with John Harold and Chris Paul. And Tracy Nanette says, my pride flag, and then the US, you can't see it on the screen, but you can see it in the chat, is the USA flag. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I love you guys. Everybody that's on X and Rumble, stick around. We're almost done, but we still have a little bit more to go. But for the rest of you, I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much to Cristina and Adrian again from Rise Attire. Rise Attire, love those people, love them. They're amazing people. And Cristina did a phenomenal job with Dauntless Tales, the Crystal Veil. Make sure you guys check it out on dauntlessdialogue.com and use promo code Crystal Veil to get a discount on a subscription. So good night to most of you guys, or some of you guys, and stick around for everybody else. All right, the music's going. Actually, I'll switch over the music while I'm doing this so that you guys have a little bit of something else playing. Let's go with floral.